up a little bit. I was like, I'll give you credit. You didn't just nail it, but you sure didn't pull up as much as you're saying.
I don't have anything. It's loud.
Check one.
Yeah, but no, there was multiple whistles.
Got a light here.
That's just the power.
Check one.
Check two.
There we go.
Go down some.
Let me go down first.
Okay. Pack it up, pack it in, let me begin. I came to win, battle me, that's a sit. I won't tear the sack up, punk, you better back up. Try to play a role and your whole crew will act up. Get up, stand up, come on, throw your hands up. If you get the feeling, jump across the ceiling. Monsters of funk flow, someone's talking junk, yo, I'll bust them in the eye. And they'll take the punks home, feel it, funk it, amps in the jumping. I got more rhymes than those cops at the Dunkin' Donut shop. Sure enough, I got prop from the kids on the hill to my mom and my pops. I came to get down, so get out your seat and jump around. Jump around. How's that?
I hope that wasn't live.
That is live.
I didn't get to the bad parts.
Check one, too. I ain't got anything nearly as dynamic as that.
You don't have any Grandmaster Flash?
Oh, gosh. Yeah, that's way back in the day. See a hip hop, hippity hip hop, don't stop, something like that.
Bang dang, something.
Boogity beat.
There you go.
That is hilarious. That is hilarious.
All right. Doc Brown let me borrow the DeLorean. I used it to go back in time to the end of last season. I visited with Midway fans and Harriman fans. Both were gearing up for basketball season. To Harriman fans, I said, I know you finished 3-7, but next season you'll beat Kingston to open up the season, and on top of that, you'll have a very good chance of making the playoffs after week 9. They immediately said to me, that's preposterous. You weren't from the future. You broadcasted our game against Rockwood a couple weeks ago, and you looked the exact same. As flattered as I was, since I didn't look a year older, I understood why they didn't believe me. So, going from 2-5 in the region to making the playoffs the next season, that's a pretty big turnaround. So I went to Midway fans, and I told them, hey, I know you just finished 3-7 and only won one region game, but after week 9 next season, you'll have an opportunity to make the playoffs if you can beat Harriman. The Blue Devils had beaten them the previous week 32-21, so their response was, all we have to do is beat another 3-7 team in week 10 and we can make the playoffs? I responded, yeah, that's technically correct. They were shocked at their turnaround as well, but they liked their chances. So now that I'm back to the future, I realize, I didn't have to go back in time just to get a story I could use for this opening. However, I told the truth to those fans. As improbable as it sounded, both teams had taken 3-7 records from a year ago and turned them into 5-3 records so far this year. They can't be even tonight, though. The Emerald Forest will bear witness to these two comeback teams fighting for the playoffs. Who comes out on top? We'll find out tonight on the OEB Law Game of the Week, day or night, 24/7. Someone will be there to answer and give you a free consultation and get to work on your case immediately. Call 865-546-1111 or visit the website full of helpful information, reckontoacheck.com. That's OEB Law. I'm Aaron Harvey, alongside with a blues-making shoemaker named Dan. Coach, from the outside looking in, both of these teams have exceeded expectations, I believe.
I think when you look at where both of these teams were last year, I think anyone on the outside would definitely say these teams have gone well beyond expectations this year. But I think if you talk to Coach Tapp and Coach O'Toole, they would probably tell you that they saw this potential last year, and they probably felt even better about it after their spring practices. Like big-time poker players, you never tip your hand, so they were never going to come out and say and make those bold predictions. But I bet both of these guys saw this matchup tonight coming. This is a big game for Region 2A.
You see Coach O'Toole on the field there, as it is senior night here at the Emerald Forest south of the river, Midway, whatever you want to call it. And Dan Shoemaker, Aaron Harvey here. Some big games in Week 10 we'll tell you about, as well as preview our game tonight closer to kickoff. We'll do that a little bit later on our OEB Law Game of the Week.
Hi, I'm Tim Elrod. Over the years, you've heard us at OEB Law say, let us turn your wreck into a check. We still do that for many families, but I want to take the time to go beyond the slogan. I think I've learned over the years, and more every day, that the most important thing for an attorney to understand is the value of being a partner to you. When you and your family call an attorney, you're calling because you need some help. You need someone to pull alongside you and stand with you. We understand the process of the legal system. You probably don't. So it's our responsibility to keep you informed about every step of the process. You're going to have questions about what's going on. What's next? What do I need to know? Our responsibility is to guide you through the process with the information that you need, the answers to your questions, and the assurance that we have your back at OEB Law. You have my word. We stand with you because communication is key.
$1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores, and there's always something new. Like in Hammers' popular ladies' boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.
Upgrade your home with stunning natural gas appliances from Oak Ridge Utility District. Enjoy 0% financing with approved credit and turn your dream kitchen into a reality. Call today for a free estimate, get free delivery on all purchases, and enjoy handsome incentives on our appliances. Free delivery, 0% financing, and impressive incentives makes now the perfect time to switch to affordable, safe, and reliable natural gas. Don't wait. Choose Oak Ridge Utility District, your affordable energy choice. Call now or visit our website to get started.
What does strength in numbers mean to you? At Covenant Health, it means we see nearly 2.2 million visits annually from over 700,000 patients who receive hope and healing. It means our 13,000 dedicated experts are all working together for a common goal. It means completing more than 400,000 appointments for wellness and primary care, and serving 107,000 heart patients, along with those who their hearts beat for. It means providing 24,000 cancer patients with life-saving treatments and welcoming 8,000 babies into the world each year. With over 150 locations throughout East Tennessee, you'll always find an open door to care, because we are committed to being the first, best, and strongest choice for the one number who matters most. You. Covenant Health. Let our strength be yours.
And welcome back to the OEB Law Game of the Week. I'm Aaron Harvey with Coach Dan Shoemaker. And I was going to talk about briefly, well, not briefly, but I was going to go into our rivalry Thursday game. But before I do that, I do want to kind of go off schedule just a little bit and talk about there's already a final score that happened tonight as Happy Valley defeated Unaka 46-0. Why? That game kicked off at 5 because there's a special event going on up there called the Clash for Compassion, and they played that game at East Tennessee State University, and then it's a doubleheader. So at 8, Hampton is going to play as well, and Hampton's going to kick off against Eagleton Academy, and that's a fundraising endeavor. They decided to move those games. Of course, the field conditions up there anyway after Hurricane Helene are crazy insane. So they came together for this fundraiser at East Tennessee State University doing a doubleheader, and so Hampton, Eagleton Academy going to play at 8 to cap off that doubleheader. But that's a really cool thing that they're doing up there.
That's really great, and I'm sure they're going to raise a lot of money, and more than that, raise a lot of awareness and bring some folks together and have some good positive energy activity in an area that's really needs some positivity right now.
And it shows how people can come together for something like this, together on the football field when stuff like that goes bad. And it shows you that football, I tell the kids that I get to coach and things like, hey, listen, I know that you got that saying, ball is life, and I know it feels that way, but ball is not life, because there's going to be so much more that happens after this that you can look forward to. So just keep that in mind. What this can do is help you prepare for life, though, and I think that having this Clash for Compassion, this doubleheader football game, is one of those things that shows you there are going to be times where you have to come together. Everybody has to come together to get something accomplished.
Absolutely.
I think it passes that message along. So we had one game circled for about a year, and it finally happened last night. Coalfield faced off at Oliver Springs for a region title. It was a slugfest. The Yellow Jackets led the entire game, but Oz was always on their tail. It was Coalfield eventually pulling away 34-25 and winning its 5th straight region crown.
Yeah, that was quite an accomplishment. This game, to me, reminded me of a heavyweight boxing match. Each team responded. They got knocked down, they would respond and get right back up. I think Coalfield won the battle up front, and they were able to run the ball a little more effectively. Oliver Springs responded most of the night when they needed to, but in that critical fourth quarter, they needed to stop, and they were unable to get their defense off the field. Although there was a 9-point differential at the end of this thing, this game seemed a lot closer than that to me. I think the playoff rematch is going to be very exciting for sure.
And I just want to point out, Coalfield quarterback Luke Treese went beast mode. He showed that he had the it factor in that game. The lights came on, and he answered the challenge, had an outstanding game last night.
Yeah, he not only did he play well, he inspired those other folks around him to play well, and that's what a true captain for your ball club does. And he's been the leader of that team for sure.
You know, Coalfield and Oliver Springs wasn't the only big rivalry Week 10 can brag about. It's called the Battle of Pistol Creek, but most people outside of there just know it as Alcoa Maryville. Of course it's a huge game. It was broadcast nationally on ESPN back in 2012. Despite how anticipated this game always is, Maryville leads the overall series with 65 wins to 27 losses and 3 ties. There's intrigue for a couple reasons regardless. First off, it's a long-running series. They played every year since 1927 except 1935 and 1947. Secondly, how successful both programs have been. Maryville leads the state of Tennessee in all-time wins with 864. Alcoa is 4th with 779. Former longtime Alcoa coach Gary Rankin leads all coaches in wins in the state with 495, 215 of which came while he was the head coach of the Tornadoes. Former longtime Maryville coach George Quarles is 20th in all-time wins with 250, all of which came with the Rebels. Alcoa has the most state football championships with 22. Maryville second with 17. So it's easy to talk this one up when both programs have such a rich tradition of success, especially when the schools are located just 4 miles apart. Yes, 4 miles apart. That's it. Okay, so enough with the greatest oversell in pregame history. Let's talk about the specific game. Maryville is 8-0 following 2 seasons with 5 and 4 losses, which is out of the ordinary for the Rebels. You wouldn't blame someone for wondering if Derek Hunt wasn't going to be able to fill the enormous shoes that Coach George Quarles left. But right now, it looks like Maryville's back. Alcoa is 5-1, losing to 6A Ravenwood to open the season. Alcoa is short a game after just not being able to find anyone to play them, but in the weeks the Tornadoes have gotten to play, they've looked good. Maryville has an established offensive line and a great tailback in Price Davis to use with it. Alcoa's tight end Eli Owens committed to play football from Michigan. Both programs have dual threat quarterbacks. This should be all it's hyped up to.
I think you're right, Aaron. I've never been to an Alcoa Maryville game, but I have seen the game film when you swap with Alcoa when you're playing them, and there's going to be a tremendous amount of athletic talent on the field tonight. I think you're going to see great coaching staffs doing the work. The coaches have gone through the preparation all week, and to be honest with you, this prep for this week is not a whole lot different than the preparation you go through for the other games, but the rivalry is what makes this thing so big. Neither team will have their postseason impacted by the outcome tonight because they're in different classifications. But this game is for bragging rights, and when you go to that family reunion in 20 years, you say, hey, remember when? And so that's what this one's about. Coach Hunt and Coach Nix have had the difficult task of following up legendary coaches who have left their mark on Tennessee football. And they've continued the tradition in both programs as well. It's never easy to follow success. And so as a result, this game will be decided tonight, I think, by a handful of plays with a handful of players making those plays. I expect another classic battle to Pistol Creek.
So, you know, in those professional games when you get the camera that shows, the stars, the famous people in the crowd, well, you saw just there along the fence, Sean Basler with Greg Addington coming to watch this game. Since Coalfield played last night, they get to, spend a Friday night watching a different game, and one that includes 2 region opponents and, possible future playoff opponents.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see which side they sit on.
On a slightly related note, an announcement. So they're right in the middle. So they're not going to sit on a side. They're just going to watch from the end zone. But on a slightly related note, an announcement was made that Alcoa has been granted a request to participate in 4A in football next season, even though they could compete in 3A. Alcoa originally elected to play in 3A back when they could have competed in 2A. So there's precedent for them moving up classification.
Yeah, I read an interview with Coach Nix, and he went through the decision-making process, and it made sense to me. He said, number one, for them, it was scheduling. They feel they can play and compete in 4A, and geographically they fit really well in what they figure that region will be. They think it's going to be an 8-team region, so that only leaves them 3 non-region games to schedule, and they have trouble finding JV games, and people in 4A will play JV games pretty much on a regular schedule. All of that really makes sense to me, and I know there are a lot of 3A coaches who are doing the happy dance now that they've moved up. I made my first trip to Alcoa as assistant coach in 1993. In 2008, Alcoa made their last trip to Wartburg playing 2A, and I remember waving at the bus as they were headed home that evening. In those 16 years, Wartburg managed to beat the Tornadoes twice, in 96 and in 02, with an overall record of 2, and Wartburg having a 2-15 record. It's always a great test when you play great teams like that, but we were usually not up to passing that test.
Our camera guys are spotting stars all over the crowd. And that last shot, Jackson Jed hanging out on the left there, going to take in a game as well, coming from Oliver Springs. So on the note, you said that you read the interview. They only had 9 games for a reason. They couldn't get anybody to play them. And if you remember, they played a school from Long Island, New York last season.
Yes.
But the thought process is, hey, there are a lot of 4A teams right in our vicinities. We'll probably get placed in a region. That way we don't have to get a lot of non-region games. Plus, you're going to have a non-region game already scheduled with Maryville, so then that's one less that you got to get anyway.
So you just need 2 more.
It's sad. Alcoa felt like they had to move up a classification because nobody would play them.
Well, when they moved to 2A, back in that time period, they could have played 1A, and they chose to move up. So they've always, there's a tradition there of stepping up to that next level. And I kind of commend them for doing that. That's a great test for them.
Yeah, so they're not going to sit back and just win championships at lower classifications. Got to give them a lot of credit for that. And on that note, too, I do want to say this really quick. Pearl Cone, who is the defending 4A state champion from the classification, they could have moved down to AA, but they petitioned to stay in 4A. So Pearl Cone is going to be staying in 4A, even though they've got the enrollment. They could play 2A if they wanted to. So with Dan Shoemaker, I am Aaron Harvey. We've got a couple other things that we're going to talk about before we get into our game tonight. It's Harriman at Midway, playoff seeding and implications in this game tonight. So looking forward to that. This is the OEB Law Game of the Week.
In East Tennessee, our work heritage runs deep. For over a century, the Plumbers and Pipe Fitters Union Local 102 has been part of the area's growth and prosperity. Don't sell yourself or your business short by hiring unskilled labor. Our cutting-edge labor training facility equips our members with the advanced skills needed to be the very best in the industry. Keep jobs local and the money in the state. At Local 102, we work tirelessly today to help build a better tomorrow for our community and our members.
1 in 7 people will need a blood transfusion during their life. That's 1 person every 2 seconds receiving a life-saving product. At Medic Regional Blood Center, we are the primary blood provider for 25 hospitals in 23 East Tennessee and southeastern Kentucky counties. Started in 1958, Medic has been serving Knoxville and the surrounding areas for 66 years. For 1 hour of your time, you can save a life. Visit medicblood.org for more information on blood donation.
Patterson's Appliances has been helping families like yours find quality home appliances from trusted brands including Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid for over 55 years. Our knowledgeable appliance specialists know how to outfit your kitchen or laundry room with the right appliances to meet your needs. We service what we sell with our own in-house factory-trained service technicians. And for the DIYers, our parts department is always ready to help customers find the appliance parts they need. Patterson's Home Appliances, because we care.
Well, if Pavlov has conditioned you to know that football's coming when you hear the national anthem, then I'd say your mouth is watering just a little bit right now, because it means football is getting close. I'm Aaron Harvey, along with Dan Shoemaker. This is the OEB Law Game of the Week. Coach, Oak Ridge is hard to figure out. The Wildcats 4-4 on the year. On the one hand, the losses have come against bigger schools, except for the loss to Powell. On the other hand, bigger school or not, the outcome of those games were maybe a surprise. Despite that, the Wildcats are playing for a second straight regular season region championship tonight in Lenoir City. The Panthers have the same undefeated region record at 2-0, so the same stakes are on the line. That's a pretty big deal for Lenoir City, whose head coach Scott Cummings, a recognizable name with a history of success, sure, but he's the fourth head coach in as many years at the school. On that recognizable name part, you might remember that he was the head coach of Oak Ridge following the resignation of Joe Gaddis in 2021. Cummings resigned almost exactly a year after he was hired, but he told the local media that he was forced out. Oak Ridge didn't comment on it. If Cummings can beat his old team tonight, he'll give himself a reason for major self-validation, but it would also secure Lenoir City's first region title since 1991.
Yeah, Coach Cummings doesn't want the storyline to be about him, I'm sure. I'm sure that he really wants his Panthers focused and ready to capture that region championship. That's the validation he's looking for. That being said, you can't help but wonder if there's a little bit of that revenge factor that kind of creeps in just a little bit. He knows a lot of these Oak Ridge players, and I'm sure he wants to wish them the best tonight, but tonight he's going to have to bring out the best in his Panthers to take care of their business. That being said, tonight will depend upon which Oak Ridge team shows up, just to be honest. They've looked very good, and we've seen them struggle as well. If they can get clicking early on all cylinders, they can be hard to handle. If, on the other hand, they have a few mistakes that end drives or they give up points, they're going to be in for a fight. By week 10, there are always injuries and adjustments and adversity that have to be dealt with on both sides. Whoever does the best job of that tonight will have the advantage.
Anderson County making the trip to Gibbs in a winner-take-all game. AC coming off its only loss of the season, a 30-27 nail-biter against West. Gibbs still sports a perfect record at 8-0, the best start in school history. The Mavericks have won 42 straight region games. If somehow the Eagles can snap that, Kenny Chesney may have to write a new song called The Boys of Fall 2024 and make it specifically about his alma mater. Yeah. Gibbs has an offense that can score points, but I don't think their defense can keep Anderson County from scoring more.
This one may break the scoreboard tonight. As an old defensive coordinator, I hate games like this. You want to be able to get your defense off the field and get the ball back to your offense. Gibbs has been averaging about one more touchdown per game so far this year, and they average holding their opponents to one fewer touchdown this year than Anderson County. In comparative schedules, though, overall, I think the Mavericks have played a tougher schedule. They've been tested a little bit more up to this point in the season, and that means something. Overall, I think we'll see a high-scoring game, and maybe whoever scores last will be the winner.
You see Midway, they're getting ready to come out onto the field. We are getting closer to kickoff. In fact, it's about 6 minutes away. So when we get back, we will preview our game tonight between Midway and Harriman. This is the OEB Law Game of the Week.
Get ready for the ultimate celebration at the Free Medical Clinic of Oak Ridge. New Year's Eve 2025 countdown. First ever ice skating rink. Live bands rocking the stage. On December 31st at 8K Bissell Park, Oak Ridge. Food trucks. This is free to the public because of our amazing event sponsors. Bring your lawn chairs. Ring in the new year with your family and friends. Enjoy a spectacular fireworks show that will light up the sky. Don't miss the grand finale, the epic T-Cat Harriman, one-of-a-kind atomic ball drop at midnight. For more information, go to fmcor.org.
In 2024, this team opened up the season with revenge against the team that beat them to open last season. This team has scored about 250 points while giving up about 160. This team went from 3-7 last year to 5-3 this year. That 5 wins already matches the most wins this team has had since 2021. This team not only avenged a blowout loss against Greenback from a season ago, they did it by shutting the Cherokees out in a blowout of their own. Who am I talking about? I'll give you a hint. Your choices are the two teams in our matchup tonight as Harriman visits Midway. You still don't know, do you? Well, if you say you do, but your answer isn't both Harriman and Midway, you're wrong. Eerily similar results for these teams who have made tremendous turnarounds this season.
Yeah, I think this game has been on everybody's radar for a little while. Both these teams have made some great strides. Both these programs have a long history of success from the days at Midway back with Coach Branson all the way to Harriman with Coach Pendergrass. These communities have supported their programs, and they take great pride in them.
They sure do, Dan Shoemaker. For Harriman, we can't go without talking about Grayson Christ. 1,350 rushing yards, 17 rushing touchdowns. Those are two pretty incredible stat lines, and Christ is a major reason this team is having success that it is. But quarterback Cameron Anderson makes the offense go, and he's got about 600 yards rushing himself and 8 6-pointers.
Yeah, you know, the offense is everybody talks about, but this Harriman defense is pretty stingy too. They've pitched 2 shutouts so far this year, and another 2 games where they've only allowed 2 touchdowns or less. The shutout at Rockwood was a great feat for the Blue Devils. I don't anticipate anything like that tonight. I think we've got a high-scoring game, but I think they will play tough defense.
Harriman has a leg up in the region over Midway after defeating Rockwood, a team the Greenwave narrowly fell to. But Midway put up better fights against both region leaders Coalfield and Oliver Springs. Coach Justin O'Toole rotates quarterback duties between Brennan Reed and Wyatt McClure, but whenever not under center, the other is still in the game playing elsewhere. Tate Mason gets the bulk of the carries and has 11 touchdowns on record. You'll hear all 3 of those names a lot tonight.
Yeah, I think those 3 are the 3 keys to the Greenwave offense. On defense, Midway is led by Mason. He's leading the team in tackles. He was an all-state player last year and has continued that progress into this season as well. On offense, you've got 2 guys on the outside, Steele and Long. They have receptions, and they have the big play potential that you're looking for. The Greenwave has a lot of options on offense.
So you see the coin toss out on the middle of the field. We'll take a look at that as we bring you coverage from right inside where the captains meet.
Is that Tim Sharp, the white hat? I think so, yeah.
Midway has won the toss. Let's see what they decide to do.
I think they want the ball.
They certainly do. So, and I don't blame them. If you want to set the tone, maybe keep the offensive weapons of Harriman off the field and give your offense a chance to strike early and get the early momentum. So we know what is going to happen when we start this football game. It's time to do our Dr. Dan do's and don'ts, and we need to get a sponsor for this.
I was going to say, yeah, put my picture up on a billboard or something.
There you go.
Oh, that's scary. Wow, that Halloween's not far away. I think for Harriman, you've got to get the ball to your playmakers and let them make plays. They've done that so far this year when they've been successful. I think number 2, get pressure on the Midway offense, force them into 3rd and long, and make them get predictable. I think for Midway, we're good. They need to control the tempo of this game. Don't let it get away from you. And then on defense, they got to contain this Blue Devil offense. Don't give up those big plays. 3 and 4 and 5 yards will not beat you tonight. 25, 30, 40-yard chunk plays will put you in a bind.
And Midway has run out. They've got the pyrotechnics run through the sparks flying through the air like they're Bill Goldberg.
WWE.
That was an exciting time for me as a youngster.
Oh, I remember those days.
So Midway, I said that they'll utilize one of 2 quarterbacks. It's kind of interesting how even in stats those quarterbacks are. It's not that, one got hurt, so one didn't play this game. No, they've each played every game.
Yeah, and from a defensive standpoint, that makes it a little tough because you've got to scout 2 different offensive sets now. So when the first quarterback's in, there are going to be certain plays they like. When the second quarterback's in, there's going to be certain plays. plays. I thought just at the initial this was going to be a running quarterback versus throwing quarterback, but those guys do both.
They do. So it's pretty interesting. As we get set for our kickoff tonight, sponsored by the UA Local 102, Plumbers Steamfitters Union out of Knoxville on North Broadway, reminding you there is no substitute for UA skilled craftsmen. Teeing it up there, Michael Garcia. Back deep to receive for Midway is Brennan Reed. It probably won't get to Mr. Reed, though, based on what we know about these kickoffs. And yeah, it is a short, high spinner, and with great running room is Lincoln Reed, and Reed gets up to about midfield.
He caught that and just got upfield, man. That was super quick. Starts at the 50-yard line. You know, the game last night had some real interesting kickoff strategies. I think this one may have similar.
Yeah, I've watched that game on Rivalry Thursday, and, Mark Packer, Austin Price, trying to figure out if Coalfield was trying to kick onside kick. I think they were, because we've seen them do that before.
I think they were too.
But that very well could have been an accident as well.
Just a mishit.
Because if you remember when we had them against Wartburg, they came out, they scored and immediately kicked a kick like that and got the ball back. So on this Hammers 1st and 10.
Sweep.
Yeah, with a handoff, that is Tate Mason. And Mason gets close to 8 yards. And Wyatt McClure is starting at quarterback.
That was just a little old-fashioned toss sweep, get the ball on the edge. Nothing real fancy about the scheme right there. We're just going to outrun you to the corner and get yards. And that's exactly what they did.
Yeah, they'll give him 7, which makes it 1st and 3. Or 2nd and 3.
Looks like a trip set to the bottom.
McClure steps up in the pocket. Looks like he's going to keep it himself. He's definitely got the Hammers 1st and 10 and more. Crosses the 30, finally run out of bounds. They'll give him, it looks like, the 27.
This Midway team's got some speed.
Yes, they do.
I'm just going to say that right up front. This Midway team has got some speed.
Pardon our technical difficulties there. It looks like a visual effect that Brad has accidentally put on. It's like, have you seen those Zoom meetings where somebody accidentally gives himself like a duck head or something?
Yeah.
That's what that reminds me of. But that is not intentional, so we'll try to get that fixed so that we can get the Chuck Fleischman replays to you. Hammers 1st and 10. McClure drops back to pass again, and he slings it. He's looking for the corner of the end zone, and that pass is almost intercepted.
Interference.
There was contact intended for Brennan Reed. My goodness.
You know, I think if he had just played through that instead of making the contact, he probably could have made the play. But big contact there at the very end.
And Reed put that up. Yeah, right there. Reed put that in a place. He tossed it up in the air like a missile and allowed his receiver to adjust to the football and try to make a play on it. A really nice looking pass.
Yeah, it really was. I mean, good, well executed, nice route. And as a defensive coordinator, I always said I'd rather give up 15 yards on the interference than a touchdown on the 6 points. So,
sure enough,
I get it.
So Hammers 1st and 10 again. McClure, handoff. This goes to Mason. Mason's tripped up in the backfield. Getting there first for Harriman was Zach Mahoney.
Yeah, they ran the little counter there, faked the jet sweep, fullback coming back on the counter, and didn't fool Harriman at all.
Mahoney has just under 90 tackles on the season. He is Harriman's leading tackler.
Yeah, that's a nice job staying at home, playing the cutback, playing the backside right there.
Loss of 5 makes it 2nd and 15. McClure with Mason to his left, man in motion. McClure going to pitch it out, and Mason makes some moves, reverses his field,
he's got room.
And lead blockers in front. Mason pushing blockers in front of him, and he's going to get out of bounds at about the 3-yard line. It's going to be Hammers first and goal. Watch this Chuck Fleischman replay.
Little option play. Should have been stopped for a loss. Mason is able to make something happen. He's got blockers in front, and he's able to turn that into a big game.
I like how at the end he had Dawson Buckner in front of him as a lead blocker, and he shoves Buckner to help Buckner block the guy in front of him to get those extra few yards. So first and goal from the 3. McClure with Mason to his right. McClure going to keep it himself. He's in. Touchdown, Midway. The Greenwave accept the football after winning the coin toss and use just 2 minutes and 34 seconds to go down, straight down the field and score to take the lead.
Yeah, you want to talk about making a statement. Sometimes you want to get the ball on offense or first and make your statement. That's exactly what the Greenwave have done tonight.
On to attempt the extra point is Hattis. Snap, set, kick. It's true. So 9:16 left to go in this first quarter. Midway battling for its playoff life. They take the lead early 7-0 on your OEB Law Game of the Week.
A college degree can't be earned in just one day, but can be achieved by doing our best together, just one day at a time. From getting a great start with your Roan State Success Coach to learning together in the classroom, accessing free tutoring in the Learning Center, and working one-on-one with your instructors. Together, we succeed, one day at a time. Oh, and free tuition helps. So apply at roanstate.edu now, and let's succeed together.
Back to your OEB Law Game of the Week as we get set for another kickoff brought to you by the UA Local 102 out of Knoxville. Up on North Broadway, you can find out more information at ualocal102.org.
Now, looking at it from a coaching standpoint, Harriman needs to respond here. They don't need a 3 and out. They don't need to not get points. Now, they don't have to go down and score necessarily, but they need to find out what's working on offense and be productive right here.
Student section rocking for Harriman. And here's the kick. It is a low kick. And, ooh, man.
What a lick. What a hit.
Landon Jackson on the return, and a flag comes in late.
Yeah.
Was it jawing, maybe?
Unsportsmanlike, I don't know. It was a big hit, and you want kids to get excited about big plays.
And it is. Yeah, and that's exactly what it was. It was jawing. You got to maintain your composure because you just gave, and that is, it's a great tackle, but you give up 15 yards here to an offense that doesn't need it.
Yeah, I was going to say now what was a big play is now giving the Blue Devils the ball in Midway territory.
Credit Cage Edwards for that tackle.
Yeah, that was a big hit.
I see the Chuck Fleischman replay. You might want to call Tim Elrod, try to turn that wreck into a check.
Yeah, that might be the wreck of the night.
Handoff goes to Christ. Christ.
Oh, he's quick.
Gosh, he is. And we've seen him before, but, just seeing him in person, I don't know if watching on TV can do it justice.
Yeah, he got a little jump cut in there and just goes to the next level.
9-yard gain on the play. That'll make it 2nd and 1. Ball just inside the 35. Handoff Price again. This time, he's dropped in the backfield, and that is Edwards again making his presence known.
The Harriman was unbalanced to the right side right there, and he just comes crashing in off the offensive left and unaccounted for.
A loss of 3 on the play will make it 3rd and 4. Ball right at the 35-yard line. Anderson with Christ to his right. H-back tied in to the left, and it is Christ going that way. He'll have enough for the Hammers 1st and 10.
Yeah, that's just the power give right there. They balanced back up. They weren't unbalanced. Pull the guard, get up, G scheme up into the linebacker level 2.
Yeah, you can see on that check flash and replay, they had an H-back and a tight end for the extra blocks, and they pulled a guard over to give them even more.
Yeah, that's just the old-fashioned power.
Ball spotted, looks to be about the 29. Anderson takes a snap, fakes the handoff, and goes the other direction. Anderson is tackled. A great open field tackle there.
I felt that play was coming, because they're kind of keying on the Christ with the run, that the keep was coming, and there it was. And could have been a big play. Without that tackle right there, he probably has 7, 8, 9 yards.
I believe they're going to give him about 2.5. We'll go ahead and call it 2nd and 7. Handoff goes to Christ. Christ. Another power running play. Gets to about the 21.
Got a flag over here on the backside of that.
So that was the direction that he ran. It's going to be. What do you think this is?
Oh, there were 2 players tangled up after the play.
Personal foul on Midway. Ooh.
Yeah, there were 2 players tangled up. You might be able to see it at the very end. He got out of camera frame. It's off to the left of the frame right there. The runner's down, and they're over there still wrestling. So
that's the second time maybe you could say Midway has let its emotions get in front of it, and that has cost them 30 yards. That's a big deal.
On one drive.
On one drive. On a drive where Harriman had a short field anyway. So Hammers 1st and 10 again. Looks like the ball spotted about the 10. Anderson keeps. And
Anderson on the carry for Harriman, brought down to the center of the Midway line.
Yeah, that was just a regular old quarterback power. Anderson gets up in there, gets a decent gain on that, especially down in the goal line in the red zone.
Got about 4 to the 6-yard line. Harriman can still make a first down.
Yeah.
Looks like they're going to have to get to about the 2, maybe.
Yeah, about that.
So 2nd and 6, Anderson takes the snap, handoff. Christ moving to his right. Slips the first tackler.
Slips the first one. He sure does. Very elusive in there.
Just short of the goal line. And if I'm not mistaken, it's got to be a Hammers 1st and goal, right?
Yeah, I thought he just signaled.
I thought he did too. Maybe they're going to measure.
Yeah, they're going to take a look at it, and Mr. Sharp says first down.
Okay, so Hammers 1st and goal, and you can see on your screen there, great shot. Harriman's only got to go 1 yard, if that.
Yeah, it's probably just a little more than a yard there looking at the pylon.
So, Anderson, quarterback keeper all the way. He's in the end zone. Touchdown, Harriman.
That one took a little longer to get to the end zone, but just as effective, right? It's worth the same 6 points.
Sure is. See the Chuck Fleischman replay? Quarterback keeper all the way.
Garcia to kick for the extra point.
Michael Garcia on to attempt the extra point. Snap, set, and
he missed that one.
We've got they blew the whistle first anyway.
Oh, okay.
Offsides on Midway, and you said that he missed it.
Yeah, he missed it. It was off to the right, I thought.
So if he did, then that's a huge penalty on Midway. This is one of those, too, where, you know, some coaches elect to take half the distance to goal and then go for it.
Yeah, go for the 2 points. We had that conversation last night at my house.
Anderson to hold.
Snap, set, kick.
Good.
So this one is good. So Harriman, with 4:51, ties the score up at 7. Both teams have had the ball once. Both teams have scored. It's knotted up here on the OEB Law Game of the Week.
Evans Mortuary has been serving the needs of families in and around Roane County since 1976. As established members of our hometown community, we understand the security of dealing with people you know you can trust. We build our reputation on this trust. The Evans family appreciates the confidence the community has expressed in us over the years and will constantly strive to earn that favor. Evans Mortuary, 805 North Gateway.
Back at the OEB Law Game of the Week, Aaron Harvey, Dan Shoemaker. Scoring updates. Silverdale and Grace Christian are tied at 7, and the reason why I point that out is we changed our schedule up. We are actually going to travel to Boyd Buchanan next Friday to see Grace Christian take on Boyd Buchanan. As of right now, both teams are undefeated, so if Grace defeats Silverdale tonight, then it'll be 2 undefeated teams clashing in Week 11, and it doesn't get any better than that.
Yeah, I was going to say region championship.
So here's Garcia's kick. It is a high spinner taken at the 35, and Midway is down at the 40. They're going to have good field position again to start the game. That kickoff sponsored by the UA Local 102 Plumbers Steam Fitters Union out of Knoxville. Call 865-523-7413 for more information.
Garcia got really great height on that pooch kick, which allowed the coverage team to get down and cover. You know, if you kick that thing flat, you're going to get a big return. But he got a lot of height on it.
I'll give you another scoring update. Anderson County 0, Gibbs 3, halfway through the first quarter. So, quick out to the flat to Dawson Buckner is complete for Midway.
Complete, not much, no gain on the play, I don't think.
Nope. Ball put right back down on the 39, which will bring up 2nd and 10.
The play clock is not running.
No, now it is.
Now it is.
McClure is going to keep it.
He's got blockers.
He does. Breaks the tackle, gets up to the 45. That's a gain of 6, and that will make it 3rd and 5. So got about half of what you needed there, which makes 3rd down manageable.
3rd down is manageable now. You don't have to go 3rd and long call on the call sheet. Student body right. You see a lot of blockers out in front. Harriman runs to it and gets it contained eventually for about a 5-6 yard gain.
Yeah, it looks like 6, so that will make it 3rd and 4. Midway looking to keep this drive alive and try to retake the lead. McClure pitches it out quickly to Mason. Mason looks for the outside. He's got it, but a flag comes down.
I think we got a hold right there.
You will have a hold. And
another flag.
A flag comes out at the end of the play. And if that's on Harriman, you'll have offsetting penalties, and it won't matter.
let's get this one sorted.
Yeah. I can't think of anything that would be there. It is, so it's a face mask. So those are offsetting penalties. So a 3rd and 4.
That's like the, in the Thanksgiving family football game out in the backyard with the cousins, the do-over, the proverbial do-over. See where this one goes.
Immediately, I heard my son's voice like he came in, and I could hear him saying, like, "That's not fair. Do it again." No, let's do it again. 3rd and 4. McClure dropping back to pass. Lets it go. This pass is it complete?
Incomplete. Went right through his hands.
So that'll make it 4th and 4.
And looks like we got the punt team coming in.
See the Chuck Fleischman replay. Yep, went through his hands. I couldn't tell. It's on the far side of the field from us.
It's on the far side. That sideline is a little dark.
Yep.
And they're wearing the black uniforms tonight. They've blacked it out.
So McClure also the punter. Back deep to receive is Grayson Christ. McClure's punt is high. Wow.
That may draw rain as high as that one went.
Goodness. And that right there, that could have been disastrous as that ball came down right beside Devin Bertram. If it had touched him, Midway could have recovered that.
Yeah, it would have been a live ball for Midway to recover. But that ball went a mile in the air, seemed like.
You see that right there on the Chuck Fleischman replay. Just has no clue.
Yeah, you got to get away from those. Get away.
See the late reaction there.
Yeah, get away.
And that's part of that is on Christ too, right? He's got to tell him, hey.
He's got to give the call.
So 2:28 left to go in the first. Harriman takes over with a Hammers 1st and 10. Hand off Christ, moving to his left, and he's upended.
Like
Tate Mason.
Tate Mason on that tackle. Shut that one down.
He's still got it, looks to be about 2 yards, but
hard two.
Hard two. Speaking of 2 minutes left in the first quarter.
Starting to cool off just a little bit here in the Emerald Forest tonight.
Yeah, got up to the 80s today in some places around East Tennessee. Anderson rolling to his right. Now he's going to have to reverse his field, reverses back, and throws it out of bounds.
He threw that up in the stands.
Had to get rid of it.
That was almost bad.
I like the spin move, and then it's like, whoops, just kidding.
Yeah.
It starts to his, and just to get that little bit of space right there. So, I mean, that's great by Anderson, trying to buy just a little bit more time, and ultimately had to throw it away.
And you saw Devin Bertram over there on the sideline in the scramble drill kind of deal. Gives him a target.
3rd and 8. Anderson drops back to pass.
Screen.
They're going to set up a screen. Near sideline, and that's going to be close to a first down.
I think he's got the first down.
They got it to Landon Jackson, and yes, sorry, that's not Landon Jackson. That's Dylan Hanson.
Had Justice Long on a blitz off of that side versus where the screen pass went to. Good call. Offensively, that's a great call. Called him in the blitz, and the screen pass was effective.
Hammers 1st and 10, ball at the 33. Anderson handoff. Christ moving to his left, and he is tripped up by his shoestrings. Still, before he goes down, though, able to hop forward. And so it looks like he's going to have about 4 yards.
Yeah, stretch that one out there.
You'll see on the Chuck Fleischman replay.
Midway's doing a pretty good job at the point of attack making a pile. And so Christ is going to have to decide to come inside, which he has been doing, or to bounce that outside. But the hole where they're wanting to run, Midway's pretty much shutting that off.
Anderson handoff. Christ moving quickly to his left. He's got enough for the Hammers 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. And clock will stop briefly to reset the chains, but that's probably the last play of the first quarter. And it will be.
There we go.
So Midway gets the ball first. They drive down. They score to take the lead. Harriman answers. Stops Midway on the next drive, and Harriman trying to take its first lead of the game. They will be 55 yards away from pay dirt when we start the second quarter of your OEB Law Game of the Week.
When the lights turn on and the game begins, you need a team you can rely on. Ray Varner Ford and Clinton's strong lineup of vehicles is crafted with the same dedication and hard work that drives our community. Step up your game in this 2024 F-150 4x4 Super Crew STX, $46,994. 24 Ford Expedition XLT, $59,978. 24 F-250 Crew Cab 4x4 STX, $57,888. Local you trust, performance you can afford. Ray Varner Ford, built for the game.
At Ferris, we want you to get the most out of your time and end each day feeling good. That's why we pioneered exclusive lawnmower suspension technology, allowing for full-speed mowing, even over the roughest terrain. Grow your business by getting more done in less time with Ferris. Ferris. Work hard, feel good. Found exclusively at independent Ferris dealers.
Back at the OEB Law Game of the Week, Aaron Harvey, Dan Shoemaker with you. Scoring update in the second quarter, Alcoa leads Maryville 9-7. Second quarter, Anderson County over Gibbs 7-3. Halftime, Oak Ridge over Lenore City 10-0. And Clinton and Carnes tied at 6 in the second quarter. And fumbles on the ground.
Harriman got it back.
Wow. I thought McClure had that.
Yeah, Harriman forced him to get that one back.
And a loss of 2. A loss of only 2.
I think Midway is figuring some things out defensively with Harriman. They're able to get pressure. So this is where the coaching adjustments come in.
And a stoppage on the play. That ball, false start on Harriman. Yeah, because right now, Harriman's trying to run off tackle, it looks like. But they can move it wide if they need to.
Yeah.
For one thing.
And that's coming. We know that. We've seen that. The last play, Anderson was going to keep that and bring it back to the wide side of the field.
So Harriman behind the chains now after the fumble and the penalty. 2nd and 17. Anderson, Christ to his left, handoff. Nope. Anderson fakes the handoff, trying to get outside. He will get there and run out of bounds. So Midway was in position to make a play and keep that a short gain. But Anderson able to get the corner and pick up about 6?
6, 7. He's quick as a hiccup.
So, yeah, it picked up 7. It'll be 3rd and 10.
And you're always nervous on those plays when that running back's on the sideline. He steps out and then gets nailed, and then there's another 15 yards on top of that.
I think our cameraman, Chris Bricky, looked nervous on that Chuck Fleischman replay.
It was coming right at him, wasn't
it?
He's got to be quick down there.
Ball at the left hash, 45-yard line. Harriman 3rd and 10. Midway trying to get a big stop here. Anderson back to pass. He's pressured, rolls outside, lets it go. He's got a man wide open. It's caught. Down to the 10 and down at about the 5. Terry Lee.
Yeah, he was behind everybody. And that wasn't the initial read, obviously. Get some of that backyard. Let's run down the field and see if we can get open.
50-yard gain on the play. Sets up Harriman with a Hammers 1st and goal.
Ain't no do-over on that one, is it?
Nope. This time Christ moving to his right, cuts it back inside, picks up a few yards.
Maybe down to the 1.5.
Yeah, he's
close.
I think you nailed it with the 1.5. Last time they were down this close to the goal line, Anderson on a quarterback keeper, just running behind blockers.
Yeah, I think you may see that again. You know, I said Coach Tapp, usually if the play works, he remembers it.
And that's exactly what he does. He got in. Touchdown, Harriman. Blue Devils take its first lead of the game with 9:35 left to go in the first half.
Big play, keeping the top on the defense. We talked about that in the pregame. Harriman can take the top off your defense, and they did it on that drive.
So Garcia will come on to attempt the extra point. We think he missed his first attempt, but there was a penalty, so he got to retry, and he made it. And he made this one as well to double up on Harriman.
Straight down the middle.
So with 9:35 left to go in the first half, Harriman leads over Midway 14-7 in the OEB Law Game of the Week.
Kathy May Martin has been making real estate dreams a reality for over 3 decades. Buying or selling real estate is one of the most important decisions you'll ever make. Choosing the right realtor is next. Thinking of buying or selling? Call Kathy May Martin at Coldwell Banker Jim Henry & Associates for all your real estate needs. Rest assured, with Kathy's knowledge and experience, you will be on the winning team.
Back to the OEB Law Game of the Week. Scoring update again. Maryville at the half leads over Alcoa by a score of 14-9. So good game going on there. The Battle of Pistol Creek.
Battle of Pistol. I've never heard of that till the pregame today.
Yeah, I don't think that I'd heard it either, honestly. That's what they know it as, up that way. But, I mean, to us, lay people, it's just Alcoa Maryville.
Yeah, we don't get up there much.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't need a nickname. So getting set for the kickoff, sponsored tonight by the UA Local 102 Plumbers Steam Fitters Union, reminding you there is no substitute for UA skilled craftsmen. Garcia set to kick off. This time moving to the left, and it'll go out of bounds.
Yeah, I think that had a little mustard on it. Wasn't that high pooch kick we were talking about last time?
Well, I think Midway has responded really well to those high kicks.
Yes.
So maybe Harriman trying not to give them the opportunity to return one as they had. And Midway is going to take the 5 yards and make them re-kick.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes you see that, sometimes you don't.
Depends on your confidence in your return game.
And as you know, we said, Midway's had pretty good returns tonight, and the 2 times they've had an opportunity for it. So Garcia will have to line it up again. And we'll get another kickoff sponsored by the UA Local 102 out of Knoxville, 1216 North Broadway. give them a call, 865-523-7413. Part of the United Association. Garcia this time goes straight down the middle and straight to a return man.
Yeah, he got some.
And that's why you make them re-kick.
That's why you make them re-kick.
That's Justice Long on the return. It went straight to him.
Yeah, there was that was just flat trajectory, went right to him, and he made something happen when he got his hands on the ball.
Like a son playing catch with his dad in the hole in the backyard.
There you go. There you go.
See the Chuck Fleischman replay. I mean, you can't ask for a better kickoff than that if you are long there.
No, I mean, he didn't even have to move much to get to that one.
So now here's Brennan Reed at quarterback. First time we've seen him in that position this game. And the handoff goes to McClure. So it's just a subtle change, but they have about the same amount of snaps at quarterback this season.
They do in the same, pretty much the same type of plays. I don't see a big difference in how they're doing things other than they each have plays, I'm sure, that they like. And so when you want to cause the defense to have to change up a call, you change the quarterback.
So 2nd and 6, ball at about the 36. And now it looks like McClure back at quarterback. Drops back to pass. Looks pass off the hands of his intended target.
He had him. Ball just a touch high and probably a little too much velocity on that one.
Trying to get Peyton Steele on just a timing route.
Yeah.
So that makes it 3rd and 6. You wonder if Midway doesn't maybe run this play to set up a 4th down call.
Yeah, I'm going to say you're probably in 4-down territory right here for sure. If you can get at least half of this, you feel good on your 4th down call.
McClure rolling to his right. This is a quarterback keeper all the way.
Got room.
He certainly does. There is a flag on the play, though, so don't get too excited, Midway fans. This one is going to come back, I do believe.
Is that the flag between about the 43, I guess, there?
Yeah.
That would have been the White Hats flag. Holding. Yep.
That's a big penalty because now a negative play or not much, and Midway probably going to punt it. So now you feel like maybe you do want to go for the 1st down.
Was a nice play.
Yeah, it was. It's interesting. See all these Midway players, they've got their numbers on the side of their helmets.
Right.
We see number 12. That's actually number 0. That's Tate Mason.
Okay.
So I don't know if there's a story on that.
There might be a story there.
So McClure fakes the pitch and throws this pass complete.
Wow, 1st down.
Right over the head of R.J. Jones, the defender. And this time it didn't go off of the hands of Peyton Steele. No. This is a Hammers 1st and 10, as you'll see on the Chuck Fleischman replay.
Under pressure, stands in there, delivers a strike. That's what you like to see your quarterback do right there.
Hammers 1st and 10 at about the 20-yard line. Between the 20 and the 21. McClure, this is that same play that got called back because of the hold, and this time Harriman is in a lot better position.
Yeah, they're holding their position, not getting hooked and be able to run to the ball.
Loss of about 5 will bring up 2nd and 15 as you see the Chuck Fleischman replay here.
Drop down by Mahoney, Hanson, and Johnson.
Yeah, there's three Harriman defenders right there. on that tackle.
So about 7 minutes left to go in this first half. Midway trying to respond and tie this football game back up.
Harriman is so aggressive, and they got so many folks up at the line of scrimmage. I would anticipate a pass play to kind of loosen everything up.
And that's what happened, but the pass falls incomplete.
Yeah, incomplete.
Ball's incomplete.
If you look at that Harriman set right there, they had tilted 3 to the 2 receiver side at the bottom of the screen. Left the middle of the field open. You throw it where the grass is, right? And so you find the grass, and there's a lot of grass in the middle when they line up like that.
So 2 wide receivers tight to the line. McClure back to pass, and this pass falls incomplete. Trying to find Reed, just led him a little bit too much.
Yeah, kind of pulled the trigger a little quick right there.
And Reed would have had some running room. That was one of those plays I do believe that you try to set up a 4th down call.
Yeah, you do. That's a little shallow route that you bring about linebacker depth.
So Midway has already converted a 3rd and long. Now they'll have to convert a 4th and long on this drive. McClure, 2 wide receivers either side, tight to the line.
Harriman's playing a little deeper on this 4th down. Oh, hard count got him.
That helps.
Yes, it does.
So it goes from 4th and about 15 to 4th and about 10. And they are really close to the original line of scrimmage, just a little bit ahead of it.
The Harriman has widened their ends to try to take away that sweep. And the width right there was pretty noticeable.
You think Midway tries to do the hard count again?
Yeah, why not? Freeze them.
McClure takes the snap this time. Looks in some trouble, rolls to his right, gets rid of it, and it is knocked away at the last second. Wow. What a defensive play.
Yeah, he had a receiver open there briefly. He was able to close and knock that pass away.
I believe that was Cam Anderson on the coverage.
I think it was.
And, man, he closed so fast. Saw that Chuck Fleischman replay. It was Cam Anderson.
Yeah, it was Cam Anderson.
So, turnover on downs. Harriman will have it at about the 19-yard line. I'd say Midway feels like it needs a stop right here.
Yeah, you don't want this thing to get out of hand.
Anderson takes the snap, hand off Christ, moving to his right.
He's got room.
And reverses his field, looks for the sideline. Stutter step, ball comes free.
Did he get it back?
He did. Christ got it again. That's the 2nd time he's fallen on a fumble in his area.
Wow.
And Midway's got a player that is hurt. I don't know if he's cramping up, but we'll see this Chuck Fleischman replay. Made a great play right there and then tried to pull back. Ooh. Oh.
Yeah, that hurt.
Oh, I don't like that.
Yeah, that hurt.
Dawson Buckner, the player that is injured, also the player that poked that ball free. That's bad.
Now, coaching point, when he comes back to his left, you want to see a running back swap the ball. That way the defender has to go through his body to get to the ball.
So there's Buckner made the play, and look, he stands up and then crashes in.
Yeah, roll that knee up.
And the instant pain he's in. Oh, feel for that young man. We'll take a break. am back at the OEB Law Game of the Week. Buckner able to get up and limp off the field, still in a good amount of pain. We hope that he is okay.
Yeah, one advantage of playing on grass is sometimes when that knee gets rolled, the ankle can slide through the grass, where on artificial turf, it tends to lock down. So you hope that's what happened.
Hammers 1st and 10, handoff Christ.
He's running hard.
Yes, he is. Pickup of about 6 will make it 2nd and 4. The 46-yard line of the Blue Devils.
And Harriman gets the ball started the second half.
Yeah.
They'd love to take about 5 minutes and go down, score, and then double up on the next in the second half.
Christ this time moving to his left, cuts it inside, nothing there. A flag comes out late. I wonder, I don't know if that would be a hold.
Let's see what they got.
It is.
It is a hold. Childress came up and really set the edge on this play. You'll see it on the replay, and turns everything in right here. Boom, and then that turns it into the pursuit.
And if you're Coach Tapp, if you go back and watch this replay and you see that hold right there at the end of that Chuck Fleischman replay, you realize, yeah, that's not a good one to have because it didn't have any impact on the play whatsoever.
No impact on the play whatsoever.
So that backs the football up to about the 36. 2nd and 14 is what we'll call it. Tight set for Harriman now. Hand off Christ, and again taken down in the backfield. And yeah, that young man, Cage Edwards.
Cage is having a game tonight.
Yeah, he's come to play.
They're doing a really nice job of getting in the hip pocket of the puller and following the puller to the ball. You teach your D-line, if the guy pulls away from you, to get in his hip pocket so he can take you to the ball. And they're doing a good job with that.
And Harriman is going to take a timeout. 3rd and 15 is what they will face out of this timeout. This timeout brought to you by Patterson's Appliances. While you wait, visit pattersonsappliances.com to shop online for quality home appliances today.
To me, being an attorney means more than practicing just law. It means pulling alongside my clients and being their partner. It means keeping my clients informed through the legal process, which can be overwhelming. At OEB Law, we stand with you because communication is key.
Patterson's Appliances has been helping families like yours find quality home appliances from trusted brands including Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid for over 55 years. Our knowledgeable appliance specialists know how to outfit your kitchen or laundry room with the right appliances to meet your needs. We service what we sell with our own in-house factory-trained service technicians, and for the DIYers, our parts department is always ready to help customers find the appliance parts they need. Patterson's Home Appliances, because we care.
This is the OEB Law Game of the Week. Harriman at Midway. Playoff implications and seeding on the line here. I want to give you a scoring update. At Gibbs, Anderson County leads 7-6. Midway through the second.
2 field goals for Gibbs.
Good game out that way.
Sounds like it.
So 3rd and 15. Anderson takes a snap, fakes it to Christ, rolls to his right. And he's going to keep it himself and tackled out of bounds. Midway may have just gotten a really big stop here. There's a flag on the play on this near side of the field at about the 29.
I saw it too. I didn't know they were going to call it. Midway with a 3-man rush. But the end that side, and I didn't catch a number, but the end that side was fighting really hard to get loose.
So this would be tough for me if I'm Coach O'Toole. Do you accept the penalty, or do you decline it? Because if you decline it, then Harriman's got like a 4th and 5.
4th and 5. I think you go field position here.
The scary thing about that is Harriman's big play.
Exactly.
Big play potential.
Exactly.
So you got to make a stop here. That's Coach O'Toole saying, like, listen, I believe that you can get a stop here on this 3rd down and long, and give us some favorable field position before halftime. And it's going to be 3rd and very long. And so Coach Tapp wants to talk about it. So Harriman takes its 2nd timeout of the first half. This timeout brought to you by Patterson's Appliances. Check out the store at 1067 South Walnut Avenue in Cookeville. Now open for business.
What does strength in numbers mean to you? At Covenant Health, it means we see nearly 2.2 million visits annually. It means our 13,000 dedicated experts are all working together for a common goal. With over 150 locations throughout East Tennessee, you'll always find an open door to care, because we are committed to being the first, best, and strongest choice for the one number who matters most. You. Covenant Health. Let our strength be yours.
So, back at Midway, Emerald Forest, south of the river here. Harriman going to be facing a 3rd and 25. You see, there's Buckner on the sideline. He's got ice on his knee. Looks like he's still in quite a bit of pain. I hope for the best. That type of injury, it looks really ugly.
Yeah, it always does. Midway's in a 3-man front again.
Anderson dropping back to pass and just going to set up the screen to Christ. And Christ is breaking tackles, but coming up short by about 10 yards of the line to gain. So we'll have 4th and about 10.
Yeah, I think 4th and 10, you're probably going to see Coach Tapp run the punt team out.
So, yeah, you get a 3rd and long like that, a draw play or a screen play, and then maybe see what happens.
Yeah, I like the call. Good call.
So Anderson back to punt. Back deep to receive for Midway is Brennan Reed.
For the Greenwave, Reed.
Okay.
Oh, he almost blocked.
Yeah, that's not a good punt. There was a lot happened right there. You had movement on the line. I was expecting a penalty of some sort, and then it looked like this punt was almost blocked, but it looked like maybe someone made contact with Anderson. Not much.
Not much. Maybe brushed him a little.
He sold it. But yeah, that was really close to being blocked. There was a little bit of contact there.
A little bit. Definitely not a roughing situation. Reminded me of those soccer flops you see on Premier League.
Yeah. Hammers 1st and 10 at the Midway 37. McClure sends a man in motion, fakes the handoff, and keeps it himself. And look at him running behind blockers, being patient. McClure gets it across the 50 to about the 48. Big pickup makes it another Hammers 1st and 10.
Beauty of this play, they fake the jet sweep, fake the counter, and then he keeps it straight up C-gap. Really nice play. Well designed.
Defender's eyes just going all over the place.
Yeah, a lot of movement going around, and he's got to be patient because he wants to run out of there right now, and he's got to finish those fakes before he can hit upfield.
McClure sends Reed in motion from right to left. Pitches it out to Mason. Mason somehow squeezed through defenders. Still on his feet.
Still going.
Good pickup by Mason. Gets to the 41. 7-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 3. I don't know how he avoided tacklers.
I think he got hit about 7 times.
Chuck Flashman replay. Watch this. The pitch out right here, it looks like a play's made. Squeezes through. Right here looks like a play's made. Squeezes through. You're talking about pad leverage.
Well, you got pad leverage and you keep your feet moving and you keep going forward. That's exactly what that was about right there.
McClure
got space.
This time McClure gets the handoff as Reed was quarterback. McClure still on his feet, trying to get as absolute much as possible. Gets it up to, looks to be the 16-yard line. And Midway is in the red zone.
Midway's found a spark right here. They're, they've got it going on right now.
So Brennan Reed will stay in at quarterback for Midway, and a whistle blows.
I could have swore somebody jumped in the neutral zone.
Well,
and now they call a false start. I'm sure Coach O'Toole does not agree with that because it looked a little suspect to me from up here.
And Coach O'Toole wants to call a timeout. I don't know if he's want to talk to his players or the officials, but he takes a timeout regardless. This timeout brought to you by Patterson's Appliances, proudly serving your community since 1965 because they care.
Patterson's Appliances has been helping families like yours find quality home appliances from trusted brands including Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid for over 55 years. Our knowledgeable appliance specialists know how to outfit your kitchen or laundry room with the right appliances to meet your needs. We service what we sell with our own in-house factory-trained service technicians, and for the DIYers, our parts department is always ready to help customers find the appliance parts they need. Patterson's Home Appliances, because we care.
And we're back with 1:26 left to go in this first half. Midway on the move, trying to tie this game up before halftime.
Yeah, they found a spark, Aaron. They really have. They've got this Harriman defense on his heels just a little bit. They would like to get in and punch one in before halftime, tie this ball game back up.
So Reed in at quarterback, two-back set. McClure gets the handoff from left to right, and he's tackled in the backfield. Great play that time by Nathan Smith coming from that defensive lineman spot.
Yeah, he just kind of pursued flat. Was able to make the tackle. The old gator roll, we used to call that.
A loss of about 3. It'll be second and about 18.
Under a minute.
Reed still in at quarterback. Throws this one up. Oh, my gosh. Man, that pass was right where it needed to be.
He's in the right spot. It surely was.
Oh, man. Look at this Chuck Fleischman replay. Reed, and he just threw it on a rope, trying to find Justice Long, and hit him in stride. Maybe that happened just a little bit too fast. Long could only get one paw on it.
Yeah, that was a good call. I mean, it's the right call. He hit the right space. You just got to execute, make that happen.
It's so interesting to see McClure and Reed going back and forth.
Yeah.
You see that they both have talent. As McClure takes a snap, now he's just going to toss it out to Mason. Mason reverses his field and goes back, and he's tackled around the 20-yard line. So Midway has to take a timeout to stop this clock, but you see on the Chuck Fleischman replay, just trying to get as much as you can because Midway's going to have to go for this on 4th down. This timeout brought to you by Patterson's Appliances. They service what they sell with in-house factory-trained appliance service technicians.
I wanted to continue my education after high school, but my family and I didn't think we could afford it. Then I found out that Roane State has the options to make college possible. Now I'm pursuing my dreams and will make my family and community proud.
Back at the OEB Law Game of the week out of this timeout, you see Coach O'Toole talking to his team. They made it all the way down here with 35 seconds left. They've got a 4th down and about 14 to go, trying to get into the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you can get the first down, but I think you want to take a shot to the end zone here.
Midway still with 1 timeout remaining. McClure takes the snap. Rolling to his left, just tosses this up, and it falls incomplete. Tried to put enough air under it to give his target a chance to run under it, does not. So for the second time, Midway will turn it over on downs on Harriman's side of the field.
Yeah, McClure was under pressure, put the ball up in the end zone, give his guy a shot, and just didn't connect.
Here's that Chuck Fleischman replay. Yeah, has to throw off of his back foot. Good placement. I mean, it went right to the line. If he could have gotten a little bit more air under that, which is asking a lot, that's a really hard throw to make.
Yeah, especially rolling to your left and then somebody in your face.
Yeah, that's tough. So Harriman takes over. You remember they had a similar situation like this against Rockwood, and we were like, just run out the clock. No, they didn't.
And here it goes.
Yeah, Anderson moves to his right, and it's like we've seen this before. Anderson. Now, Harriman does have 1 timeout, and Coach Tapp is going to take it. We've got 17 seconds left, and a flag comes in late. Might have a little more jawing, and if this is on Midway, that's huge.
Yeah, I think that's, and I think it is. Just watching the replay there at the end.
Let's see the Chuck Fleischman replay.
You had folks ripping at the ball there at the end.
And it's a personal foul penalty on Midway.
Yeah, it was that one.
Just right there at the end.
Right there at the end.
Well, Coach Tapp took a timeout. This timeout brought to you by Patterson's Appliances. Follow him on Facebook for appliance specials, job postings, and more.
Evans Mortuary has been serving the needs of families in and around Roane County since 1976. As established members of our hometown community, we understand the security of dealing with people you know you can trust. We build our reputation on this trust. The Evans family appreciates the confidence the community has expressed in us over the years and will constantly strive to earn that favor. Evans Mortuary, 805 North Gateway.
Hi, I'm Rick Scarborough. As a police chief, I spent my entire career serving and protecting our community. With threats to our Tennessee values growing, I'm running for state representative to ensure all our kids are protected and have opportunities with great schools and high-paying jobs. Anderson County is the best place in the country to raise a family. Please join my effort to keep it that way and defend our conservative values. Election Day is November 5th, and I would appreciate your vote.
When the lights turn on and the game begins, you need a team you can rely on. Ray Varner Ford and Clinton's strong lineup of vehicles is crafted with the same dedication and hard work that drives our community. Experience quality and value in this pre-owned 2024 Ford Maverick XLT all-wheel drive, $31,990. 23 Ford Expedition 4x4 Limited, $66,590. 2023 Ford F-150 XLT Super Crew 4x4, $47,995. Local you trust, pre-owned vehicles you can afford. Ray Varner Ford, built for the game.
Over 14,000 neighbors live in...
Back at the OEB Law Game of the week. Anderson on Hammers 1st and 10 out of the timeout. Flag comes out, probably a hold. Anderson keeps it himself, runs out of bounds with 9 seconds left. So I believe this one's going to come back for a hold, and 8 seconds have come off the clock. So not what Harriman wanted to see there.
No, they were wanting to throw deep. Midway had everything covered up deep. Midway's gotten great pressure on quarterback all night. Anderson has made some tremendous plays with his feet because of it.
So with Harriman so far away from the end zone now and only 9 seconds, that really cuts down on what you're able to do. Probably just do a quarterback keeper handoff here and take it into the half if you don't break one long.
Yeah, I think that's probably what we're going to see.
Bunch formation lined up to the right. Anderson gets the snap. Hand off Christ. Christ looking for the outside.
There he goes.
And cuts it back to, and he's slung down by McClure.
Yeah.
And that's going to be the end of the first half. So Midway's gotten close 2 times and has turned the ball over on downs. But the defense stepped up and kept Harriman from making this a wider margin than it is as we make it to halftime. You see that Chuck Fleischman replay. And Christ got slung down. So Harriman will have the ball when we begin the second half. Midway has to get that defense back out on the field, try to get a stop because their playoff hopes are on the line. This is halftime. Stay tuned for halftime festivities with your Medic Regional Blood Center halftime show on the OEB Law Game of the Week.
Fear of becoming sick or injured and having to make a choice between putting food on the table or seeking medical care. The free medical clinic tries to take that fear away.
Bringing the healthcare, primary care out to our rural communities, I've had patients tell me that if it wasn't for us, they wouldn't be able to have any kind of health care. So us being able to go into these areas and provide that on-site care to these patients that can also come back week to week if they need for follow-up primary care, it is life-changing. It means a world of difference between actually life and death for them.
Kathy May Martin has been making real estate dreams a reality for over 3 decades. Buying or selling real estate is one of the most important decisions you'll ever make. Choosing the right realtor is next. Thinking of buying or selling? Call Kathy May Martin at Coldwell Banker Jim Henry & Associates for all your real estate needs. Rest assured, with Kathy's knowledge and experience, you will be on the winning team.
Upgrade your home with stunning natural gas appliances from Oak Ridge Utility District. Enjoy 0% financing with approved credit and turn your dream kitchen into a reality. Call today for a free estimate, get free delivery on all purchases, and enjoy handsome incentives on our appliances. Free delivery, 0% financing, and impressive incentives makes now the perfect time to switch to affordable, safe, and reliable natural gas. Don't wait. Choose Oak Ridge Utility District, your affordable energy choice. Call now or visit our website to get started.
1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores and there's always something new. Like in Hammers' popular ladies boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.
In East Tennessee, our work heritage runs deep. For over a century, the Plumbers and Pipe Fitters Union Local 102 has been part of the area's growth and prosperity. Don't sell yourself or your business short by hiring unskilled labor. Our cutting-edge labor training facility equips our members with the advanced skills needed to be the very best in the industry. Keep jobs local and the money in the state. At Local 102, we work tirelessly today to help build a better tomorrow for our community and our members.
1 in 7 people will need a blood transfusion during their life. That's 1 person every 2 seconds receiving a life-saving product. At Medic Regional Blood Center, we are the primary blood provider for 25 hospitals in 23 East Tennessee and southeastern Kentucky counties. Started in 1958, Medic has been serving Knoxville and the surrounding areas for 66 years. For 1 hour of your time, you can save a life. Visit medicblood.org for more information on blood donation.
At Ferris, we want you to get the most out of your time and end each day feeling good. That's why we pioneered exclusive lawnmower suspension technology, allowing for full-speed mowing, even over the roughest terrain. Grow your business by getting more done in less time with Ferris. Ferris. Work hard, feel good. Found exclusively at independent Ferris dealers.
To me, being an attorney means more than practicing just law. It means pulling alongside my clients and being their partner. It means keeping my clients informed through the legal process, which can be overwhelming. At OEB Law, we stand with you because communication is key.
Thank you, Midway High School Marching Band.
To me, being an attorney means more than practicing just law. It means pulling alongside my clients and being their partner. It means keeping my clients informed through the legal process, which can be overwhelming. At OEB Law, we stand with you because communication is key.
What does strength in numbers mean to you? At Covenant Health, it means we see nearly 2.2 million visits annually. It means our 13,000 dedicated experts are all working together for a common goal. With over 150 locations throughout East Tennessee, you'll always find an open door to care, because we are committed to being the first, best, and strongest choice for the one number who matters most. You. Covenant Health. Let our strength be yours.
Patterson's Appliances has been helping families like yours find quality home appliances from trusted brands including Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid for over 55 years. Our knowledgeable appliance specialists know how to outfit your kitchen or laundry room with the right appliances to meet your needs. We service what we sell with our own in-house factory-trained service technicians, and for the DIYers, our parts department is always ready to help customers find the appliance parts they need. Patterson's Home Appliances, because we care.
I wanted to continue my education after high school, but my family and I didn't think we could afford it. Then I found out that Roane State has the options to make college possible. Now I'm pursuing my dreams and will make my family and community proud.
Welcome back to the OEB Law Game of the Week. You can see the time on the clock live there. It stopped at 49.4 seconds. There's about to be 3 minutes put onto it as just now we see Midway running onto the field. Aaron Harvey, Dan Shoemaker, halftime here. Harriman leads over Midway 14-7. Coach O'Toole kept his Midway Greenwaves in for a long time talking to them because there's a lot on the line here in the second half.
Yeah, this is the game that will decide that third and fourth place spot. I think in the in Region 2A, Rockwood has a lead. They're playing Oakdale tonight, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, and they've got a lead there, of course, so they will win that one. So their win over Midway and Harriman's win over Rockwood really kind of knots this thing up.
Yeah, so Midway will have Oakdale after tonight. If they can win tonight against Harriman, then the most wins that Harriman can have, or I'm sorry, the most wins that Midway can have, no, I was right the first time.
Yeah.
The most wins Harriman could have is 4. Well, then if Midway beat Oakdale, they would both be 4-3, and then Midway would own the tiebreaker. Meanwhile, Rockwood, well on their way to winning tonight, they would have 4 wins. They play Coalfield in Week 11. If they lose that game, then you're going to have a 3-way tie at 4-3. And after that, you go to overall record. Midway and Harriman both have better overall records than Rockwood, and whoever wins tonight's game would have the tiebreaker, which would be Midway. So Midway would be the 3rd seed, Harriman would be the 4th, and Rockwood would be out.
Right.
But if Midway loses tonight, then you're pretty much set up. Coalfield would be your 1, Oliver Springs would be your 2, Harriman would be your 3, and Rockwood would be your 4. So Midway has to win tonight and would have to win next week at Oakdale to get to 4 wins. Because then the scenario would be if Rockwood would beat Coalfield in Week 11, then Rockwood would have 5 wins. All of a sudden, Rockwood becomes that number 3 seed, and then Harriman and Midway would have the same record, and then the head-to-head would be the tiebreaker. Midway would get that 4th spot, knocking Harriman out of it. So that's Midway has to win these last 2 games.
Right, and this one, starts with the second half of this one tonight. They're down a touchdown. They do have to kick off to Harriman. So defensively, they're going to have to come out and get a stop. Harriman, on the other hand, they're going to get the ball to start the half. They just need to get the ball in their playmakers' hands. Christ and Anderson, and then, occasionally throw the ball when you need to.
Yeah, everybody's had a hard time stopping this Harriman offense, though, so far this season, and with good reason. You see Grayson Christ tonight. You see his electric quickness. That's tough. Midway has been able to get a couple stops tonight, though, so they're going to have to do that in this third quarter as well, though.
It is. Sometimes a defense will stop an offense, and then sometimes an offense will stop itself. Penalties, drop passes, fumbles, bad plays or whatever. So, Midway needs to capitalize on anything like that and get their defense rolling. They've had great pass rush, great pressure on the quarterback when Harriman tries to throw the ball. So they can do it. They have the ability.
If you're looking as a Midway fan at this, Harriman's put the ball on the ground twice, and you've been right there to recover it, but you got beat to the ball. Those would be huge. You've had huge pass plays just go right off the fingertips of the receiver. Those would be huge. Midway has had some opportunities that can make you hopeful in the second half. You're like, we start executing, then, we can do this and we can pull this off.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And Harriman, hey, we just keep getting the ball to the right people.
So again, Midway won the toss to start the game. They elected to receive. So now Harriman will get the ball to begin this second half. We will have a kickoff brought to you by the UA Local 102 Plumbers and Steamfitters Union. Go to ualocal102.org for more information. Reminding you, there is no substitute for UA skilled craftsmen. And it is a low kick taken off of bounce and then fumbled around a little bit, but in the hands of Grayson Christ. Christ starts up the middle, turns it back up to the left, and he will be tackled out of bounds short of the 30. So
yeah, they got him gathered up over there. Kicking the ball to him kind of makes you a little nervous. Ball bounced a little bit. He wasn't able to get it on a clean catch and start moving forward. So they got him hemmed in on the sideline and got him out.
Yeah, that's really good coverage for Midway, especially when you've got a guy like Grayson Christ returning that. Score of interest to begin the fourth quarter. It is Maryville leading over Alcoa by a score of 17-16.
Close, tight ball game.
Battle of Pistol Creek. It's a great game every year. So this time, lining up in a power I is Harriman.
That's what I thought it was, Aaron. I was kind of looking through the window here in the press box, and I said, is that a power eye? And sure enough, looking at the screen.
So, yeah, that's
a little stack eye, we used to call that. Tony Lambert at Oneida, back in the Jack Diggs days, they used to call that the smokestack eye. So
I think I've heard that before. So both teams going to the halftime, they make adjustments. So Harriman's like, they went and made their defensive adjustments for what we did in the first half. Let's come out in the second half and throw something completely different at them. And Midway responded pretty well. Pickup of 2 on that play will make it 2nd and 8.
Yeah, we're still stack eye again.
So Anderson under center. Pitch out to the right.
Oh,
Christ changes his field back to the left. He's up the sideline. Christ may be gone. Christ is gone. No flags on the play. Touchdown, Harriman.
That was quick. That was quick. They toss the ball, sweep right. He cuts it back to the left, and he's gone.
That wasn't designed that way, was it?
No.
He saw that the wall was forming.
Yeah, he looked out there and he saw the Midway players converging. So he said, let's cut it back. And there's nobody on cutback.
He's quick, but he's also fast.
Oh, yeah.
Those are two different things, and he's got them both. Garcia on to attempt the extra point. Snap, set, kick is on the way. and it is good. It took all of 1:23 seconds for Harriman to score its opening possession of the second half, but they do it. Blue Devils now lead over Midway 21-7 on the OEB Law Game of the Week.
Evans Mortuary has been serving the needs of families in and around Roane County since 1976. As established members of our hometown community, we understand the security of dealing with people you know you can trust. We build our reputation on this trust. The Evans family appreciates the confidence the community has expressed in us over the years and will constantly strive to earn that favor. Evans Mortuary, 805 North Gateway.
Back at the OEB Law Game of the Week. So now Midway, Aaron Harvey, Dan Shoemaker. Now Midway finds itself down 2 scores, and that's a little bit different of an animal.
It is a bit different of an animal. Offensively, your philosophy is going to change a little bit. I think you'll see Midway try to throw the ball, kind of establish a throw game, and they can do that. We've seen them do that.
Yeah.
Just very, like you said, the passes were just off the fingertips, those kind of things. So I think the potential is there. But yeah, being down 2 scores, you don't want to stay down that long. You want to respond with a score here, play defense, and then get back in this thing.
So your Midway, it's like you want to be patient, but quickly.
Yes, quickly patient. That's a good way to say that.
So getting set for another kickoff brought to you by the UA Local 102, and it is off of a bounce. And they're going to say his knee touched the ground. And the Midway fans don't like it.
Yeah, looked like Landon Jackson was still pursuing the ball carrier, came out and hit the ball. Who was that with the ball? Peyton Steele?
Yeah, so it was. You see the Chuck Fleischman replay here.
And they say he put his knee down.
Yep, there it is.
There it is.
That's a good question. Brad Jones says, was it down when he had the ball?
That was close.
It's close enough that I understand why the officials would.
And then he keeps running, and then Jackson comes over, I think it was, and kind of swatted at the ball.
So Hammers 1st and 10 at about the 28.
There's a sweep.
Yep. And the ball is free, and Harriman's got it, I think.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they've got it.
And that's Grayson Kreis on the fumble recovery. That is his 3rd fumble recovery of the game. Now, granted, it was he himself who lost one of those, and then the other one was a bad exchange between he and the quarterback.
Somebody was in there late and stripped that. That is Zach Mahoney.
I guess it was coming out.
Zach Mahoney's kind of ripping at that.
Yep. Mahoney, the leading tackler on this Harriman team. And the Blue Devils coming out in that smokestack eye again. And the ball's on the ground again. Anderson keeps it, starts to his left and goes to his right. And nothing there.
Nothing there at all. Officials jump in quick to make sure there's no extracurriculars.
And Harriman doesn't go under center a whole lot. And that the ball going off the ground right there might be an indication of how little they work on that.
Yeah. Interesting replay right there.
Loss of a yard makes it 2nd and 11, same formation. Now they do have a guy out on an island to the left. Handoff goes to Kreis. Kreis looks and, ooh, man, I thought he was going to break that tackle.
Yeah, you thought he was hemmed in for about a 2-yard gain, and then he stretches it. What, about 5?
Yeah,
6?
And that will make this 3rd down a lot more manageable.
When when I hear the phrase smokestack eye, I heard it from Tony Lambert first, but there's a Leonard Skinner song called Smokestack Lightning that it always puts in my mind.
That's what makes you think.
Yeah.
Anderson, handoff, Kreis hops, reaches. He's going to be close.
He's close. I don't think he's got it, but this is probably 4 down territory right here.
Great job by Kreis, just getting as much out of that as he possibly could. Yeah. Anderson kind of tripped a little bit. Got tripped up by a lineman, able to keep his footing, though.
Yeah.
So it's going to be 4th and 2. Harriman down far enough that they can go for this. This would be a huge stop for Midway if they can get it. Oh, and Midway jumps. So you don't have to worry about trying to get it on 4th down.
No, 1st down the easy way.
Inherited.
I was going to say, is that an inherited 1st down? I think they earned it by staying set when, on the hard count.
That's a good point. That's a gray area.
It's got to be.
Put it down in the stat book and put an asterisk by it.
Oh, that dadgum asterisk.
So tight end to the right. Hand off Kreis. Moving to his right.
He had to pause just a little bit to look for a gap, and that's when the backside pursuit really caught up with him. Right there.
You said Coach Tapp has a tendency to keep doing something if it works.
Yes.
So Harriman's come out in this new formation in the second half, and it has worked so far. It's taking time off the clock, and they continue to move the chains. As on that Hammers 1st and 10, they picked up 7, so it will be 2nd and 3.
At the fullback spot, the first fullback, I guess you might call it, is Garcia. Number 57, that's a dream for every lineman, right? To be put in the backfield. Boot, boot, boot.
Sure is. Anderson on the keeper.
I thought they had him hemmed in over there. Oh, there it goes.
They had our cameraman hemmed in.
They sure did. See if we can see the foul.
It's on Chris.
Yeah. Penalty on the cameraman. Oh, yeah. Okay.
So it's on Midway. So it'll be half the distance to the goal. Should put the ball at the 3. So it'll be a Hammers 1st and goal from the 3-yard line.
Those are unforced errors right there.
Mm-hmm.
Those are unforced errors. Now, yardage-wise, that's not a big hit because it's half the distance, but it's still, a major penalty. Hard to overcome those.
So here's Cam Anderson again under center. Hand off Kreis. Kreis squeezes through the line. He's in the end zone, and a flag comes out. Touchdown, Harriman.
Yeah, looked like we tackled him about 8 yards deep.
Harriman extends this lead, and they'll get a 15-yard penalty enforced on the kickoff.
Midway, call for personal foul.
It feels a little bit like it's starting to unravel for the Greenwaves.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Is that the 4th personal foul?
I think it is. It's the 4th personal foul / unsportsmanlike
yeah.
conduct, I know.
Yeah.
So Garcia on to attempt this extra point. Snap, set, kick is up. And it is good. So Harriman has already scored 2 touchdowns in the second half, and we're not even halfway through the third quarter. Blue Devils lead it now 28-7 on your OEB Law Game of the Week.
Hi, I'm Rick Scarborough. As a police chief, I spent my entire career serving and protecting our community. With threats to our Tennessee values growing, I'm running for state representative to ensure all our kids are protected and have opportunities with great schools and high-paying jobs. Anderson County is the best place in the country to raise a family. Please join my effort to keep it that way and defend our conservative values.
Election Day is November 5th, and I would appreciate your vote.
Back of the OEB Law Game of the Week. 6:53 left to go in this third quarter. And Midway's dug itself into a hole. Scores of interest. West and Knox Halls tied at 21 in the fourth quarter.
That's a surprise.
I think so as well. Carter and Fulton in the third quarter knotted up at 28. In the third quarter, just began. Anderson County leads over Gibbs 21-6. And almost midway through the fourth quarter, that Maryville-Alcoa score the same. The Rebels lead it over the Tornadoes 17-16.
Interesting. That's a tight ball game.
Scott High looks like it's on its way to getting its first win of the year.
I saw that.
Highlanders up on Pickett County 28-0.
You know, this is a great spot for an onside because even if they get it, they're still not great field position.
Garcia on for this UA Local 102 kickoff. And let's see what Midway can do with it. Finds the sideline. Good yardage there. Gets up to about the 37-yard line. So Midway will have good field position to start this drive. UA Local 102 reminding you there is no substitute for UA skilled craftsmen. So before I said, be patient quickly.
Yeah.
And now you got to be even a little bit quicker.
Now you got to be impatient. I mean, you don't want to force things, right? I mean, you don't want to throw into triple coverage and those kind of things. But I think you've got to break the huddle quick, snap the ball pretty early in the play clock, that kind of thing.
So McClure in at quarterback, looks downfield, steps up in the pocket, lets this one fly a little bit too high. Trying to find Reed, incomplete, make it 2nd and 10.
Yeah, I think that was his third receiver.
Had a lot of time.
Yeah, protection was good.
Mississippi Midway will probably start throwing the ball more now because if it is incomplete, it stops the clock.
Stops the clock, yeah.
So that buys a little bit of time.
Lengthens the ball game, for sure.
McClure steps up in the pocket again. It looks like the same play. But this time it hits Tate Mason. Mason over the 40-yard line, up to about the 41.
What, about 3 yards?
3 or 4? A long 4. We'll call it 3rd and 6.
Okay. You notice the Harriman defense is playing a little more depth. The secondary wise, almost 4 cross.
McClure, a runner all the way. Gets into the secondary and is in Harriman territory, down to about the 41-yard line, moving the sticks. Good run by McClure. It's a Hammers 1st and 10.
That's a nice call because Harriman's really light in the box. Like I said, the secondary is 4 deep. So, the 7 in the box, some of those linebackers are taking their drops on the pass as well.
And the philosophy there is don't give up the big play, trade yardage for time on the clock.
Right.
Handoff goes to Mason. I think Coach O'Toole has seen the same thing that you have seen. Is you want to be able to throw the football, but if they're going to have the box that light, then take what you can get.
Yeah.
See the Chuck Fleischman replay. 5-yard gain for Mason. We'll bring up a 2nd and 5. McClure.
Deep.
Sends this one to the end zone. That pass falls incomplete.
They got a pass interference call on that in the first quarter.
They did.
Pretty much the same route. They played it a little better that time, or Harriman played it a little better that time.
Yeah, the defender had outside leverage and wouldn't let the receiver come back to the outside. That's about how you're supposed to play that.
Yeah, that's pretty good. In phase, running in phase. A look back for the ball.
So that stops the clock at 4:35. 3rd and 5. McClure gonna fire this one out to the flat real quick to Reed. Reed reverses his field. He's going the wrong direction. Now he's not.
Now he's going.
Finds the sideline, gets out of bounds to stop the clock, and gets the first down. That looked like it could have been disastrous.
Yeah, that's the kind that makes an old coach pull his hair out. But in his to his credit, I guess is what I'm trying to say, he never gave up on the play. Broke 2 tackles and then kept his feet moving and got positive yards.
Impressive.
No quitting this bunch. I'm going to tell you that for sure.
Nope.
At the 30-yard line of Harriman. Quarterback. There's a snap, drop straight back. A little pressure.
And now McClure going way backwards and throws this out of bounds.
McClure's pass incomplete.
2nd down. Yeah, he's a tremendous play there just to avoid the sack.
Yeah. I want to say a big thank you to Big Orange Tree Service. No job too big, too small. Call Jason Stiltner, 865-414-5499 for all your tree removal, gutter cleaning, stump grinding, leaf cleanup, fully insured and qualified. So 2nd and 10. Interesting. Off the fingertips of his receiver again.
They had him.
Boy, they've split him out way wide towards the sideline.
Yeah, I noticed that wide split, and I figure he's going to work back to the inside. There wasn't really any underneath coverage, so it was a great design on the play.
And then Mason had maybe like an orbital motion going.
Right.
So there was a second option. Want to say thank you to Chuck Fleischman sponsoring our replays again. Serving Anderson, Roane, Morgan County since 2010. Go to chuckforcongress.com for more information.
Election's ongoing now, early voting. Have you voted, Aaron?
I have.
I voted the first day after work. So
I'm working an odd shift right now. I'm working from 3 to 1.
Right.
Which allows me to get off in the afternoon, so I was able to go over there and vote early. 3rd and 10, Mason with the handoff. Looks for the outside. He's still running, goes out of bounds finally.
That was a power set for Midway that time. It was interesting formation. So that's the 2 fullbacks power eye kind of deal right there.
See the Chuck Fleischman replay. Mason went out of bounds after a pickup of 6, and that'll make it 4th and 4. So Midway facing another 4th down in Harriman territory.
They've had the ball down here several times tonight, just unable to convert.
Yeah. And they run it up the middle with Mason. And this is going to be close.
I think it is going to be close. He had a little assistance from the back, which is now legal. There was a time it was not.
That's an interesting play call. Go right up the gut. I wouldn't have expected it. And see McClure just shoving him forward.
Yeah, helping him out.
They're going to measure. They're going to bring the chains. So it looks like the ball spotted just over the 20-yard line.
And Mr. Bricky's getting out there, getting that good angle on this measurement. He just kind of parked himself right there. Good job, Chris.
Yeah, you can see his legs, top of your screen there to the right. Oh, now he's moving.
Oh, getting right behind. There you go. We're going to get a good picture.
Oh, he's short, isn't he? No, he's not.
There it is.
What a play by Midway.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have had him going straight up the middle.
Yeah, I think McClure gave him a little boost. Gave Mason a little bit of boost, got him there.
So this time Midway converts on Harriman's side of the field. So they'll have a fresh set of downs.
And the Whitehead started the clock.
And another power set. McClure looking for a one-on-one matchup. And he almost...
Oh, they called a pass interference?
Yeah, they did.
Penalty markers on the play.
Throwing for Steele right there.
It turned out it was not one-on-one coverage.
I think the safety rotated over late.
And that's Reed in at quarterback. Oh, man, I had an opportunity to catch that one, too.
Yeah, they had Christ in this safety spot, and he rotates. Of course, he's quick, right? He can get from the middle of the field out to the numbers pretty quick.
That's tough. That's a tough pass interference penalty.
Yeah, I think it's right there. And you see both officials throwing the flag, so they both saw it.
Yeah. That moves the 6 again for Midway. Hammers 1st and 10. Ball just inside. Their ball right at the 10-yard line. So it'll be 1st and goal.
1st and goal from the 10.
But you got to get all 10 of them to score. What are they doing with the chain gang?
I don't know.
Are they saying it's 1st and 1?
I don't see that a lot.
1st and inches. Hammers 1st and inches. So after the penalty, it wasn't a first down. Midway goes for the end zone. Pass is incomplete.
Yeah.
A little bit low. Trying to find Childress.
Now 2nd down.
Seamus Childress. So that'll bring up 2nd and inches. I've never seen that before.
Yeah, I thought they would have had enough yardage off of the incomplete pass or the pass interference.
Yeah. And Reed, this is a keeper all the way. Reed is pulled down. He'll have enough.
Yeah, he's definitely got the 1st down.
So that'll move the sticks. So it'll be a Hammers 1st and goal.
And Mr. Sharp cranks the clock.
See, I thought they would have stopped it at the end of that run when they knew it was a first down, and then set the ball, and then ran the clock. But instead, they ran the clock and waited, and then
stopped it.
Regardless, Hammers first and goal. Reed in a quarterback, handoff McClure. Going to his left, there's nothing.
Nothing there. They had that sniffed out pretty hard.
Big loss on the play.
I think at this point, Midway's going to have to go play action on first down and really go over the top, because Harriman is really crowding the ball on first down.
Yeah.
Red zone shrinks the back end anyway, but they're really aggressively attacking the ball. So play action on first down, I think, would be probably a pretty good play call.
Ball looks like it's at the 15-yard line. First or second and goal from the 15. McClure back in at quarterback. 2 wide outs to the right. And then there's the play they tried to hit earlier to Steele. Steele reaching for the end zone. He's in there.
Did he get in?
Is there a flag? There's not a flag. Touchdown, Midway. Or was it a touchdown? It was a touchdown, right?
I did.
Yeah, okay, that was a touchdown.
Okay.
As Reed was upset about something, he was talking to the official, so I wasn't sure. The extra point is up. It's no good.
No good.
So that might complicate things a little bit. But with 1:52 left to go in the third quarter, Midway back on the board. Harriman leads at 28-13 on the OEB Law Game of the Week.
When the lights turn on and the game begins, you need a team you can rely on. Ray Varner Ford and Clinton's strong lineup of vehicles is crafted with the same dedication and hard work that drives our community. Experience quality and value in this pre-owned 2024 Ford Maverick XLT all-wheel drive, $31,990. 23 Ford Expedition 4x4 Limited, $66,590. 2023 Ford F-150 XLT Super Crew 4x4, $47,995. Local you trust, pre-owned vehicles you can afford. Ray Varner Ford, built for the game.
Back at the OEB Law Game of the Week here in Harvey, Coach Dan Shoemaker can report it is a final. Oak Ridge has won the region championship by defeating Lenoir City final 17-7. And Anderson County leads over Gibbs early in the third, 35-6. So the Mavericks have really opened that one up.
That one blew up quick in the third quarter.
Very fast. As we get set for another kickoff. Ooh, 4:30 left to go in the game. Alcoa leads over Maryville 24-17.
Ooh, that would be a big win.
So, UA Local 102, Plumbers Steam Fitters Union kickoff. Reminding you there is no substitute for UA skilled craftsmen. Here is that kick. It is a low spinner. Taken off of, or not taken off of bounds. It actually rolls out of bounds. And boy, Peyton Steele was on a sprint. If he could have gotten to that before it went out of bounds.
Yeah, he could pick it up and take it to the end zone.
Yeah. And he about got there.
He was close.
See the check flash and replay of this thing. That's where, Harriman, you're in that position. You got to be a little bit careful.
Yeah. The first time I saw a pooch kick like that run, we were playing Coalfield. Larry Davis, the coach. Ball goes up. Tom Susak takes it out of the midair. It goes up, and he catches it before it hits the ground.
Wow.
Takes it to the house. 3 officials signal touchdown. 3 officials throw their flag for illegal touching. It took us 10 minutes to get it straight.
What was the final call?
Illegal touching. It did not touch a Coalfield player or the ground. Oh.
Hammers first and 10, and Christ is stopped in the backfield, and buddy, they were going for that football.
Yeah, they're going for the strip, and I get it. They're trying to get the turnover, get the ball back quick.
is Tate Mason there, and it's like he didn't have any interest in trying to make that tackle. He wanted that football. As the Midway cheerleaders say, defense, get that ball back.
That's what they were trying.
Yep.
The great spot here for a little play action. Fake that, we saw the bootleg with Anderson last series. This would be a great spot for that as well. This is a different
and another formation. This is a wildcat with Kreis. Kreis takes the direct snap, and boy, that was close. Thought that might have been a face mask. It was not. Pickup of about 7 should make it 3rd and 5.
He got out of bounds, which stopped the clock. I'm sure Coach Taft would have rather him stay in bounds.
Single wing, 2 H-backs. Is that what that is?
That's kind of what that's looking like to me.
Wildcat.
We take one of those H-backs and put him beside the center, kind of riding side saddle. That would be a pure single wing.
So now they're doing the same thing, but with Anderson. And it'll be the same thing. Anderson takes the direct snap and keeps it. He's got enough for the first down and gets out of bounds.
And quite a bit more.
And did some jawing, and a flag comes out.
I missed that. I was checking the clock.
It just now came out. And I don't know who this is going to be, though. I know that Anderson and a Midway defender were looking at each other, talking. So they did get it on both of them, offsetting. Okay.
Nice run.
So you'll see here on this Chuck Fleischman replay.
Yeah, they're both barking at each other a little bit.
Quarterback to quarterback, number 4 to number 4.
They're writing numbers down. That's important.
Yeah. You don't want to get another one of those. Harriman will have Sunbright next week. Sunbright 0-9 on the year.
Yeah, they're struggling up there.
They fell tonight to Greenback by a score of 38-8.
They, the coach was let go probably week 4.
Yeah,
something like that, and then they got an interim head coach, and they're trying to get through the season, and and take care of those kids, and you got to commend them for what they're doing.
Harriman charged with a delay of game, I do believe. That'll place it at the 49-yard line. Hammers 1st and 15.
The last 2 minutes of this third quarter have taken forever.
Yes, they have. And Harriman's going to huddle up again. So they don't want to stay in the same play that they had. It's a fast huddle, though.
There you go, with that old power.
And Anderson keeps it, goes up the middle.
I'm telling you, the 1-2 punch with Anderson and Kreis is pretty formidable.
That's tough. It's tough for any defense. Anderson looks to pick up 8, which will make it 2nd and 7. And that was probably the last play of the third quarter. So Harriman has no interest in going fast. They are picking up first downs, keeping the chains moving, keeping Midway's offense off of the field. If they can continue to do that, this Blue Devils team is going to take a victory into week 11. Midway's got some catching up to do. They got to get a defensive stop when we get back. Fourth quarter on the way on your OEB Law Game of the Week.
Over 14,000 neighbors live in fear of becoming sick or injured and having to make a choice between putting food on the table or seeking medical care. The free medical clinic tries to take that fear away.
Bringing the healthcare, primary care out to our rural communities, I've had patients tell me that if it wasn't for us, they wouldn't be able to have any kind of health care. So us being able to go into these areas and provide that on-site care to these patients that can also come back week to week if they need for follow-up primary care, it is life-changing. It means a world of difference between actually life and death for them.
Kathy May Martin has been making real estate dreams a reality for over 3 decades. Buying or selling real estate is one of the most important decisions you'll ever make. Choosing the right realtor is next. Thinking of buying or selling? Call Kathy May Martin at Coldwell Banker Jim Henry & Associates for all your real estate needs. Rest assured, with Kathy's knowledge and experience, you will be on the winning team.
Welcome back to the OEB Law Game of the Week. Coach O'Toole talking to his Midway team. They've got 12 minutes to try to come back and keep their playoff hopes alive. The Battle of Pistol Creek is a final. Alcoa gives Maryville its first loss of the year. The Tornadoes win it 24-17.
That is of course, that's a big win. It doesn't impact anybody's playoff picture at all, but big win.
Christ now.
That fullback was leaning.
He was leaning.
Yeah, Garcia.
He was leaning, and that caused the snap to hit him. But, man, if that's not called,
yeah,
then the ball's on the ground again.
Exactly.
In the backfield. But as it stands, it's a 5-yard penalty, which will make it 2nd and 11. Ball at the Midway 46-yard line. Well, let's call it 2nd and 12. And 2 seconds came off the clock, and it shouldn't have.
No, because we never had a snap, did we?
Nope.
Trigger happy.
Christ with a direct snap, and gosh, he's lightning fast.
He's lightning in a bottle.
He's made it to the outside, grabbed by his shoulder pads. Flag comes out.
Yeah, I think we got a slinging him down out of bounds, maybe. I don't know.
I'm wondering if they're going to call this a horse collar.
See what Mr. Sharp has to say.
It is.
Caller. You called it.
Yeah, I thought, though, he got him by the shoulder pad.
Good eye. They have broadened that definition, sure enough.
So here's the Chuck Fleischman replay.
Nice blocks downfield.
Oh, yeah, there it is. There's the horse collar right there. He did have him by the shoulder pad, but also underneath the shoulder pad.
Yeah.
So that is a personal foul penalty that will cost them 15 yards.
They're threatening again.
They are. Hammers 1st and 10. Ball at about the 13-yard line. Christ gets that snap, goes straight up the middle, and squeaks through. He's in the end zone. Touchdown, Harriman.
Wow. That impressive run right there.
Gosh, he's tough. He is tough.
He had a little bit of a crease inside and just accelerated, and Midway couldn't close it down.
So Harriman gets on the board again. And Garcia on to attempt the extra point. Anderson to hold. Snap, set, kick is on the way. No good.
No good.
Okay, so, I mean, Midway is down 3 scores. And so now their missed extra point doesn't hurt them so bad.
No,
so
there's one on each side now.
Midway will get the ball back when we get back with 11:28 left to go in the game on your OEB Law Game of the Week.
1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores, and there's always something new. Like in Hammers' popular ladies' boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.
OEB Law Game of the Week, Aaron Harvey, Dan Shoemaker here.
Yeah, this is a cool, brisk fall evening. The drive down here this evening was beautiful. The leaves are beautiful right now. Just a really good night for football.
Yeah, no offense to Christmas carols, but this is the most wonderful time of the year.
I enjoy it. I had to put my jacket on at halftime. It's getting a little breeze, a little cool up here in the press box.
So Garcia will kick this one off. And this, you called for the onside before. This was an onside.
Uh-oh, it got a little room.
Yeah, Midway's got a chance for a really big return here. All the way up to the 45 of Harriman. Justice Long.
Yeah, they kicked it from the 40, and then the return goes back to the 45.
Midway's done a great job returning kickoffs tonight, which have been sponsored by the UA Local 102 on North Broadway and Knoxville. For more information, go to ualocal102.org.
I need to pick your brain about them with apprenticeship programs.
Okay.
For school.
Yeah, get with me. McClure in at quarterback on this Hammers 1st and 10. Lets it go off the fingertips again. How many times have we seen that?
We've seen that.
Trying to find Brennan Reed.
And my good friend Keith Adcock would always ask, is he wearing gloves? Is he wearing gloves? He is not wearing gloves.
I've noticed that, I don't know, it's like they're wearing less gloves now.
Yeah, it goes in trends and fads, I guess. I don't know. Back in 2010, linemen were wearing gloves.
Yeah.
Everybody had gloves.
Second and 10, clock stopped at 11:12. Mason in the backfield, McClure, two wide receivers either side. McClure going long, and he's got, there were four people back there. That was interesting.
That was, yeah.
So Brennan Reed wanted a flag for pass interference, and while he's standing there, R.J. Jones of Harriman bumps into him and knocks him down.
Yeah. That's I don't know. I don't understand. I don't understand the thinking process there.
I don't know what happened. That was a very strange turn of events. That was a nice pass. So here you see Reed. Reed's like, oh, I need a flag. I need a flag. Come on.
Oh, wasn't much of a bump, but
definitely wasn't
enough of a bump that, hey, we got to be better than that.
You can sell it if the defender gets that close. That's the thing. And so if I'm Coach Tapp, well, I'm not going to tell you what I would tell him if I was Coach Tapp, because everybody's got their preferences the way they do things. There's Coach Tapp on the field there, the bald-headed man.
Yeah.
I would be telling Mr. Jones, you can't even give them the option. Like, you got to stay enough away that you don't even give them an option to call that.
Exactly.
Because look, he got right up to his. He got up to his face,
right in his grill.
Just don't even do that.
Yeah, just trot back to the huddle at that point. Why is he even going back in the end zone there?
Because Reed might have been close to getting a flag thrown on him.
Well, that's kind of what I was thinking was getting ready to happen.
But instead, he kind of got bailed out there. He's like, I want the pass. Give me the pass interference. Give me the pass. Okay, never mind. This will do.
Yeah, because we're challenging the official right there.
And then Reed just turns around and walks on. He's like, okay, that worked.
Our work heritage.
That's while the injured player is being attended to. We have a moment. Fans at the game.
Some of the crowd here tonight had a good crowd on both sides.
Yep.
And then, of course, we got the ones in the end zone that refused to sit on either side because they were at their ball game last night.
I've seen a lot of Coalfield players here tonight. I've seen a lot of Oliver Springs players here tonight.
Yeah, I have too.
That's a benefit to playing on an off night, I guess.
That's Anderson with the cramps.
Yeah.
You need him to get hydrated between now and next offensive series for sure.
Walking like a Barbie doll. Or maybe I should say Ken doll.
There you go. I hate cramps. Oh, gosh, I hate cramps.
Where's the pickle juice when you need it?
I'm telling you. Of course, week 10, you would think that it's cool enough you don't really have to worry about that. But if you're playing both ways,
yeah.
Plus, every return, you're going to expend a lot of energy. You're going to dehydrate, and that's what happens. You still got to hydrate, even though it's in the 40s when I get up in the morning.
So Hammers 1st and 10. McClure back to pass. Looks over the middle. This pass is complete. And a big pickup on the play. Childress gets inside the 10-yard line. It'll be a Hammers 1st and goal for the Green Wave.
Nice underneath route. Harriman's playing deep to prevent the big play, which opens up the underneath routes.
Midway, 1st and 10.
Down at the 8. So Midway's doing what it needs to do on offense so far. Got to punch this one in, though. Looks like Reed going to be quarterback this time. Looking. Has to escape out to his left.
Nothing there.
Gets the corner, though.
Yeah, running room.
But just he got out of bounds, which stops the clock, which is good. But it looks like he got to the original line of scrimmage. Maybe even lost a yard.
Not a terrible play.
No.
Not a terrible play because you get the clock stopped. And it's not a big negative play.
No. So McClure back in at quarterback. Pitches out to Mason and will lead block for Mason. Mason looks for room, and it closes up on him quickly. He gets back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd down and goal. But again, stops the clock at least.
Yeah, you get the clock stopped. Midway tonight has struggled a bit in the red zone. They've not been able to finish drives, and that's, I think, the key tonight in this game.
It's interesting. The play clock is running.
Yeah, we're under 20
but nobody's moving. Okay, McClure had to go to the sideline to get the play. Got 10 seconds on the play clock. I don't know if he knows it. He's going to have to hurry up and get to the line. 5 seconds. 3, 2, gets the snap. McClure drops back to pass.
Double pass.
Yep, looking for the halfback pass. Mason gets it, and he is tripped up. Ooh, loss of 8. They bring up 4th down at the 17.
Yeah, you definitely tell he threw the pass backwards. Harriman there with pressure. Routes really weren't open in the end zone either.
Zach Mahoney. There's some Oliver Springs players. See Cooper Jones, Cole Jackson there. He's got a crutch under his under his armpit. He got shaken up a little bit in last night's game against Coalfield.
Yeah, it's a hard knock game. Like I said, it reminded me of a heavyweight fight. Lots of body blows. Never really a knockout on either side. You know, the 9-point differential was a little misleading.
And where do we want? Fourth and goal. You got to go 17 yards.
Look like we reset the play clock to 25 seconds.
Yeah, I'm confused. I don't know what's going on.
I'm not.
These last 2 plays have taken forever, though. The officials were writing something down. So McClure takes a snap, rolling to his right, looks to the end zone. Guess what? Touchdown Midway, Brennan Reed.
They punched that one in, didn't they?
Sure did. Maybe they should lose yardage every time they get down there in a goal-to-go situation.
That was impressive.
See the Chuck Fleischman replay. Sure was. Reed was open, had a step, and
well, losing yardage gives you a little more room to work in the secondary, maybe.
Important extra point coming up, and Harriman jumps. So that'll make it half the distance to the goal. Now we got to wonder, do we still kick it?
Well, you know, last night Oliver Springs had 3 of those.
Yeah.
And Jack Treese was getting nervous because the ball was getting closer, which makes it harder to get the ball up on your trajectory. So he wanted to decline that 3rd one, which they did.
This extra point is up. It's good. Midway's got it to 2 scores. Still plenty of time on the clock, but they've got to find out how to stop Harriman. Blue Devils get the ball when we get back on the OEB Law Game of the Week.
1 in 7 people will need a blood transfusion during their life. That's 1 person every 2 seconds receiving a life-saving product. At Medic Regional Blood Center, we are the primary blood provider for 25 hospitals in 23 East Tennessee and southeastern Kentucky counties. Started in 1958, Medic has been serving Knoxville and the surrounding areas for 66 years. For 1 hour of your time, you can save a life. Visit medicblood.org for more information on blood donation.
Back at the OEB Law Game of the Week. So we get set for another UA Local 102 kickoff. Plumbers and Steamfitters Union up on North Broadway in Knoxville. Reminding you there is no substitute for UA skilled craftsmen. Harriman was lining up to receive it on the wrong side of the field.
Yeah. Band is doing a really nice rendition of Wipeout right now. I think of my good friend Dallas Davis when I hear the song Wipeout.
Is there a story there? That sounds like there's a story.
Well, he was a drummer.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he played in a band in college named Delta Steel that actually opened for the Eagles at a big festival concert down on Center Hill Lake in the 70s.
Unbelievable.
The Eagles weren't that big yet, and Delta Steel was several spaces down the card. But yeah, Dallas can say, yeah, we opened for. Oh,
man.
Get the ball. Who was that player who was backing away from the ball?
I don't want it. You get it.
Yeah. Nicely executed. That was
R.J. Jones.
R.J. Jones. R.J., get that ball, buddy. Coach Tapp will get him coached up over there.
Dallas Davis.
Yes.
Is the girls basketball coach at Harriman?
No, he's officially retired now.
Oh, he finally retired.
Yes.
Christ takes the direct snap on this Hammers 1st and 10 and gets the sideline. Oh, my goodness. And falls down inbounds to keep the clock moving.
Smart play right there.
Sure is.
Smart play.
Gosh, he's fast.
We know he's taking the direct snap. Anderson's probably, I don't see him out there. He's probably still working cramps on him.
Well, if you can afford to do that, you got a 2-score lead, then let him rest up his cramps.
By all means, yeah. Because he was walking pretty gingerly when he left the game.
And because the clock's moving, Christ looks up at the play clock, and it's still got 10 seconds on it. Snaps it with 5 on it. Goes straight up the middle, and I think picks up another Hammers 1st and 10.
Yeah, I think he got another first down.
Just chunk play after chunk play.
Yeah, they're just coming straight off the ball right there, and he's finding the crease.
And that is a Hammers 1st and 10. Seeing that as a Midway fan, you're getting a little bit nervous.
Yeah, because you got to come up with a way to stop that, right?
Have to get a stop.
Now, you should feel a little bit like that they're going to run the ball so you can start loading the box, because they don't really have their quarterback threat.
That's a good point. Anderson takes the snap. Finds a lot of room on the right side. Looks like picks up another 7.
And they're happy for that clock to roll.
Gosh, look at all that room.
Yeah. The right side of that offensive line is doing the work right now.
Well, you got the 3 extra blockers because of that formation as well.
Yeah. And you notice it's tight, so they've got 10 blockers there within 3 yards of the line of scrimmage.
This time they line the extras up to the left, and Price will run that way.
Right towards our cameras.
And he's got the edge and slows up so that he can be tackled. He could have scored a touchdown. He didn't.
Yeah, I think he had the burst right there. He could have gotten around the corner.
Watch this Chuck Fleischman replay. He's looking. Yeah, he slows down and gets tackled in bounds. Hammers 1st and goal at the 5.
Clock's running.
Still 25 seconds on the play clock as well. This time they'll put the H-backs to the right. And Christ goes that way.
I thought they had him. Now we got a flag. Flag came in late.
Personal foul on Midway. Oh, man. Midway.
Half the distance.
Man, the missed opportunities for this Greenwaves team tonight.
It was at the end. It's almost like the ball came out or something. There it is.
I don't know what the flag was for.
It was for contact right at the end after the whistle. Kind of knocked Christ back a little bit off of the ball.
So this time Christ dives forward. Ball is out!
Ball's out.
Fumble on the play.
Wow.
Touchback. Midway ball.
Midway's got it. So Harriman did everything right there. They took a bunch of time off the clock. They drove straight down the field. But then that ball comes out.
And it came out at a big distance. I mean, it didn't just fall right at his feet. It rolled through the end zone.
So Midway gets exactly what it needed. But they got to move quickly because they're down 2 scores. You still have the 3 timeouts, so you figure you got to try to score as quickly as possible. Try the onside kick. If you don't get it, then you got to make Harriman go 3 and out. McClure in at quarterback. Drops under pressure. He's sacked.
Wow.
That's the first sack of the night.
First sack of the night. There's been pressure on both sides.
Yeah.
First actual sack.
And that's a big one. Inside the 10-yard line at about the 9. Got to make the 32. So my math is correct. That'll make it 2nd and 23. And clock runs.
And the clock runs.
McClure rolls.
He's in the end zone.
He is. Throws it away. That'll stop the clock. Tries to hit our cameraman.
Chris has been in the middle of the action tonight.
He has. Let's see where this pressure comes from. Right on the end. And that's the thing about rolling out of that pocket is you risk that end coming free off of that block.
Right. The pocket is no longer. And that was it Smith? Oh, with the pressure there, Nathan Smith. And Harriman's doing this with just their 4-man front. They're not having the blitz linebackers.
3rd and 23. McClure under pressure again. Just dumps it to Mason. Mason still on his feet. Finally dragged down at about the 27.
Yeah.
So that make it 4th and 5 or 6. And Midway's going to hurry up to the line. I believe they went for the hard count there, and they don't get it. So Midway's going to take the timeout, try to figure out what they're going to do on this 4th and 5. This timeout brought to you by Patterson's Appliances, your small town appliance specialist with big box pricing and fully stocked warehouse.
At Ferris, we want you to get the most out of your time and end each day feeling good. That's why we pioneered exclusive lawnmower suspension technology, allowing for full-speed mowing, even over the roughest terrain. Grow your business by getting more done in less time with Ferris. Ferris. Work hard, feel good. Found exclusively at independent Ferris dealers.
Back at the OEB Law Game of the Week. Aaron Harvey, Dan Shoemaker.
Decision point right here. 4th and 5, just under 4 minutes left. You're down 2 scores. This is one of those critical junctures in the game.
4th and between 4 and 5. McClure. 10 seconds on the play clock. Takes a snap, looks, tosses it up, and that pass is incomplete. I liked what they were trying to do there.
Yeah, I liked it. It would have been first down had they made the completion.
So Midway turns it over on downs. Just looking at the players out, they are exhausted.
Yeah, there's been no quit tonight on either side. You know, a lot of times you get a lead. Sometimes teams will try to coast. Harriman's not done that tonight. They kept their foot on the gas.
So Hammers 1st and 10. Christ to take the direct snap. Goes the way of all of his blockers. Gets it down to about the 20. So a pickup of about 7, I think.
Yeah. Second down.
When you're averaging 7 yards a rush.
Yeah, you keep doing that.
Yeah. This time the extra blockers to the right.
And you can see Midway's got 11 guys up near the line of scrimmage.
Christ squeezes through. Should be enough for the first down.
He's got the first down. They start the clock at 2:45. I'm not real good at math, but I think if Harriman gets another first down, this game's probably over.
Probably.
I mean, barring something crazy happening.
So Christ will stand there knowing that there's 20 seconds on the play clock.
Yeah, he's not going to snap it too soon.
So you got 2 tight ends in the game. You've got 2 H-backs.
Oh.
And Christ gets down inside the 10. And that is a pickup of about 9. Pickup of 8 will make it 2nd and 2.
Yeah, just finding those little seams. He runs very hard. He's quick, shifty. He's kind of elusive, I guess, is a good word.
Christ takes the snap.
Not much there.
No. You see the players out there picking each other up. I'd like to see that this late in the game.
Yeah.
So no gain on the play makes it 3rd and 2.
There's about a second difference between the play clock and the game clock. One more snap is all it needs.
Christ is walking over to the sideline.
Oh.
Okay, so Midway is going to call a timeout to stop the clock. That's their 2nd timeout. And this timeout brought to you by Patterson's Appliances. Visit pattersonsappliances.com and check out the current cash-saving promotions.
To me, being an attorney means more than practicing just law. It means pulling alongside my clients and being their partner. It means keeping my clients informed through the legal process, which can be overwhelming. At OEB Law, we stand with you because communication is key.
Back at the OEB Law Game of the Week. Next week, we will be at Boyd Buchanan as Grace Christian takes on Boyd Buchanan. And Grace Christian loses its first game of the season tonight. They fall to Silverdale Academy 44-22.
Wow. I knew Silverdale would be tough. I didn't realize that tough. Because Grace is playing really well right now.
They are. So that's tough.
Little trivia tidbit, I've not been to the Boyd Buchanan football field since the fall of 1982.
Well, you'll be able to say that has changed.
I'll be able to. I bet it's a little different now than it was in 82.
3rd and 2, Christ in the backfield. Keeps it, tries to get the corner. He's out of bounds. Where, though? And again, our camera guy, Chris Bricky, just right in the middle of danger.
Coming right at him. We're going to have to pad him up.
Yeah. They're going to say he's out of 8.
Poor Chris. He's right in the middle of the action.
They're coming for him tonight. No gain on the play makes it 4th and 2. .8 seconds remaining in this one. Harriman will try it again. Christ takes the direct snap. Goes left. That's enough for the first down.
And I think that's it.
That moves the sticks. Clock runs again, and this ball game comes to a close. So Midway's playoff hopes are dashed. Harriman comes to the Emerald Forest and gets the win 34-20 in a very hard-fought game for both teams.
Yeah, you can't fault the effort tonight on both sides. I think the difference tonight, Midway had a few possessions in the red zone they just really couldn't finish. Harriman, Harriman's Harriman, right? They've had those explosive plays all year, and they were able to capitalize when they had their opportunities.
Harriman will have Sunbright next week. Harriman has all but secured that 3rd seed in the playoffs, so Blue Devils will still have to go on the road for round 1, but you get to play that 2nd seed instead of that 1st seed, which this year that number 1 seed is Cosby.
Right.
So they'll either be traveling to Cloudland or North Green.
And neither one of those is an easy trip.
No.
North Green's probably a little easier because you're not going up the top of Roan Mountain. But neither one of those is an easy trip.
But Midway has done a great job turning this program around this year. 3 wins last year. They went 3-7. That's how Harriman finished last year as well. And, North Green defeats Cloudland tonight. We've got the final. So now we know. Harriman will be going to North Green.
Harriman's going to North Green.
And that means that Cloudland will be coming to Oliver Springs for the round 1 of the playoffs.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah, Cloudland hardly ever comes this way.
It'd be nice to see let them make the trip.
Yeah, for once. So anyway, well, of these teams have done a great job turning it around this year. Unfortunately, Midway knows its last game is next week, and Harriman will have a game after next week. But man, this was a good, hard-fought game. You saw those players out there; they were exhausted by the end of it.
Good county rivalry. You know, you like to see these county games, these rivalry kind of games. You know, and both these communities are going to support these programs, and you like to see that. So, yeah, good, hard-fought game.
Coach Travis Tapp addressing his team, telling them, good job, guys. We are moving on to the playoffs. So we can go ahead and wrap up our end. Stay tuned for the Free Medical Clinic Friday night scoreboard show, and we'll talk about all kinds of final scores in that one. So for the cameramen, Coach Dan Shoemaker, Brad Jones, Chandler Jones back in the studio, I'm Aaron Harvey. So long, folks.